Mic is on. Everything's set, I think. Fantastic. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if you guys can hear me. All right. Well, 29 viewers? That's sad. That's sad, guys. I was hoping we'd get to like 40 right out the gate, but it's good. I don't expect a lot. Your mic is low. Let me see. All right. That should do it. That should fix the mic. All right, we should be good. We should be good now. All right, well, welcome everybody. I hope you're all having a good one. Get this set on my end. There we go. Still a little quiet, Elliot? Okay, I'll turn it up a bit more. I'm trying not to make it too loud because I want y'all to be able to hear the stream too, but all right. We'll do what we need to do, I suppose. All right. Well, welcome one and all. We're getting ready for the Warriors Den stream. The Warriors Den stream is at 12, but I always start early. I always start early so that I have time to chat with my community and chat with those who want to come in and welcome new people. But with only 30 people, I don't know if we're going to get any new people. After all, it's really weird. A lot of people don't come in for the Title II update unless a new hero is coming out. And since a new hero isn't coming out, a lot of people I don't think really care. I think a lot of people are just kind of like, meh, and they want to just move on. I don't know. I just always do these. I try to always do a Warriors Den stream. So there you go. How am I? I'm okay. Just a bit tired. I'm a bit tired. A lot of crazy stuff going on today. Like, the power went out at my brother's school that he teaches at, and so they had to close school for the day while they get that worked out. So he is at home. We have to go pick up his car after this is over because it was in the shop, and it's going to cost a pretty penny to replace. I have been playing Lords of the Fallen almost all last night. I had a ball with it. It is so much fun. Been working on my Salamander video, which a lot of people are asking me to work on. And everyone's getting mad at me already. I haven't even released the video, and already I'm getting messages saying that I'm a heretic, that I'm evil. Like, how can you not like the Salamanders? And I have to clarify, I do like them. I do. So yeah, a lot of that's been kind of crazy. What faction is the hero skin for? The Samurai Yeti. It's the Samurai. A lot of people could be at school. Yeah, I think that's what's going on. It's still a school day for a lot of people. But it's also spring break for some, so you never know. You never know. Hey, Raven, I hope your buddy's doing okay. Eric, we're still waiting on news about him right now. I know that today they're taking him off his ventilator. And they're going to see how he does. That's going to be rough, though. But if he can pull through that, if he can get through, if he can manage without his ventilator, that's a good sign. That's a very good sign. So tomorrow, I'm going to swing by and check up on him and see how he's handling things. I don't want to do it today because he's going to have a rough day today, but I'll try to swing by tomorrow. How you enjoying the Lords of the Fallen? Oh, dude, Lords of the Fallen is so much fun. And it's probably one of my favorite Souls games just because it dives deeper into the Christian iconography. Like, let me put it this way. Dark Souls and Elden Ring and Bloodborne and all that kind of flirt with Christian symbolism and iconography. This game freaking dives right into it. Straight up with your healing item being a cross. Like, come on. Like, that's just awesome. And you're called a Dark Crusader. You can't tell me that's not Christian inspired. Anyway, let's see. My little brother's taking animation classes. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. It's just how the community for Warhammer treats the salamanders. Exactly my point, which is why it annoys me. Lords is not a Souls game. I didn't say it was. I said it's a Souls-like game. It's a Souls-style game. I know it's not a Souls game. They're allowing visits? No, but you can swing by and basically ask the doctors what's going on. You did? I did what? Call it a Souls game? It's a Souls... Well, then I meant to say it's a Souls-style game. It is a Souls-like game. Okay, like, I'm sorry, and also it's pronounced pedant, not pedant, while we're on the topic.
You didn't say anything wrong.
Thank you, Lark, I appreciate that. Lark is here saying it like it is.
I mean, I'm in the same room with you, so I heard what you said.
Yeah, thank you. Raven, I would suggest you game where you use a wit battle cross as a main weapon, but I feel you're going to find my suggestion annoying, even though it would be the best Christian game trip. Okay. You want to talk about Solus, look at Fortnite. So, Fortnite is Solus. It is. Raven, do you think the Wooland should get a space on the war map? At this point, no. I mean, if we haven't gotten it by this point, there's no point. And it's not like they have any plans to update the war map or update the way that works, so I don't see any point to it. I don't see a reason to do it. But yeah, Lark said that I didn't say anything wrong, so I'll trust his judgment on that. All right, well, no, I'm talking about Lords of Shadows. Why are we talking about Lords of Shadows? I'm talking about Lords of the Fallen. And now I'm confused. I'm confused by all this. I'm confused. So how are you and Lark doing, Raven? We're okay. I'm tired. Lark is frustrated with a few things, but we are okay. We are okay. Castlevania Lords of Oh, it's a Castlevania game? Yeah, well, I haven't played any Castlevania games, so there you go. When you get to the Blood Angels, Raven, will Lark also talk about them, or no? Why would you assume Lark will talk about them too? Like, I've done all these videos so far myself. Lark has helped me script them. He's helped me write them, and he's proofread them, like, to help me fact check. But I've done all the recording, so why would I talk about the Blood Angels and then have Lark also talk about them? That doesn't make any sense. I know we're talking about Lords of the Fallen and comparing it to another game you might enjoy due to the Christian iconography. It's Castlevania. They're going to have Christian iconography and they're going to butcher it. The next hero skin for the Wooland should be a panda. No. How are you enjoying the Oblivion remastered? It's not really my game, if I'm being honest. It's fine. I think it's neat. There's a lot of cool stuff about it. But Oblivion isn't really my game. I think the thing about the Oblivion remastered game is, if you were a fan of Oblivion beforehand, like if you were already a fan of the Elder Scrolls series and Oblivion, then this is nirvana for you. This is the best thing to ever happen. For me, I never got into Oblivion. I never played Oblivion. So it's a little bit harder for me to get into. It's fun. I enjoyed playing it the other night, but it's just a little harder for me to get into because I don't know what I'm doing necessarily. It's not like Skyrim, because Skyrim I have a long history with. If they updated Skyrim to have superior graphics and mechanics and stuff like that, dude, I'd be on cloud 9. But Oblivion, I don't have any experience with. So all I'm doing is playing this going, I like Skyrim more on this, and this is better. There are things about Oblivion I like that you can cast spells while holding a weapon, and some of the designs look really nice. But yeah, that was in Oblivion proper, so I don't even know. Let me see. Brandon Pilgrim, I'm playing it. Oh, okay. Just run it back a minute or two. You will see. It does matter. It does not matter. I'm not just saying it's a Souls-like, not Souls game. Souls games are from software, but I get your point. Okay.
I thought we clarified
I thought we already clarified that point, Mercy, but okay. I'm confused now. I'm just confused, bro. Do we need to start the stream over and start fresh? I'm kind of like, start a clean slate here, because I'm very confused. Let's see. Morning Raven, hope you had a blessed Easter. Mine was healing. Yeah, I had a great Easter, man. It was very nice. How far are you in Lords of the Fallen? I just started playing it last night. I beat Pietra. And I am making my way around the castle. Dealing with Hallowed Sentinels. I just beat this one lady. I forget her name, but she had like a pyramid head style helmet, which was kind of cool. Beat her in one go. She was tricky, but I beat her. Now I'm just kind of wandering around, figuring out the place. I'm just kind of wandering. This isn't like a game where everything's linear like Neo. In this game, you kind of have to explore, which can be really tricky, but I'm enjoying it. Do you think they would add Mulan to the Wulin? Probably not. They might take some inspiration from her. I'm a huge Elder Scrolls fan, so the remasters literally prompted me to get a new PC able to run newer games after ages of being on the fence. Well, glad you got it, man. Forget it, Raven. I'm just a nerd. Okay. I'm apparently, man, Lark. I don't get it, dude. I thought that I was unpopular because I was a nerd culture, but apparently I'm not even nerdy enough for nerd culture.
You can't win.
I can't win. That's why I'm always a loser. Good morning, everyone. How are you, Raven? I'm good, man. I'm good. What weapon did you pick, Raven, in Lords of the Fallen? Right now I'm using a spear. I started by playing the full-on just knight build, just that starting knight build with the sword and shield, but I found a really nice two-handed spear, and it's been really useful. Just got Helldivers 2 and Space Marine 2. Both games took more than 24 hours to download. That being beside the point, I have loved Helldivers 2, waiting for my subscriber count before playing. Okay. All right. Cool. Glad you're enjoying those. Johnson and Mercy, kindly go flirt somewhere else. Oh my God. When is the Warriors Den? In about an hour and 15 minutes. I'll go ahead and pull it up. There it is. Yeah, we got 66 minutes here. All right, anyway, Raven, what would you like to see in this Warriors Den? New hero skin and basic quality of life updates. I really enjoyed Skyrim and ESO, and people are constantly hyping up Oblivion and Morrowind, but these games are outdated, so I'm glad I finally am able to play it and see what the hype is about. For sure, man, for sure. Sorry, but the Wulin should use a lot of Kung Fu Panda. They already butchered the Shaolin Monk. Hell no. Like, why would you do that to the Wulin? Kung Fu Panda's cool and all, but why would you oversaturate them with pop culture? Anyway, nice, Raven. You're gotta love the next main boss. Also, what your opinion on the 2-dimension gimmick? I think it's neat. I think the Umbral Plane is a unique idea. We will not. Wifey is not online yet. Well, it hurts because I can't flirt with anyone. So, whatever. I think the new skin is Aramusha. Okay. I don't know. Wonder what the devs are cooking for the coming updates. No idea. Sup, Raven, have you been? Also, Win Lubu. No idea, Win Lubu. The concept of Fortnite is cool, but what they did with it was so lame. I don't want to fight other people in the character skins. I want to fight the enemies of those universes. I just don't like Fortnite. Like, I can just keep it as simple as that. If they made it For Honor RPG and can be modded to heck, everyone will throw money. Yes, but that would be changing the whole meta of the game. That would be changing the game from the ground up. I hope they talk about the inventory problem. That'd be nice if they fix that. What kind of skin do I want to see added? Tomoe Gozen for Nobushi. Just go Tomoe Gozen. What if they added Jesus to For Honor? They would never do that because the devs have done everything they can to remove Christianity from the Knights. Literally, no, that guys, this is a true story. When I was working on the videos for Honor, I mentioned Christianity for the knights in their video, and they told me to take it out because they're trying to keep For Honor secular. And I pointed out, you haven't kept the Vikings secular, they're Norse pagans. You haven't kept the Samurai secular, you involved the Yokai. You haven't kept the Wulin secular, you involved King Yama of Hell. Why are you keeping the knights secular? But they still made me change it. The next Wulin should be called Master of Noodles and wield a pair of giant chopsticks. Jonathan, no. Just fuck and no. What Kung Fu Panda did to 4 Constellation to the Paws of Destiny is unforgivable. I don't know anything about that. Armusha Hiroskin, I mean, given that this year is just a year 4 2.0, it would make sense. Probably. Will you continue the Lustful Argonian Oblivion streams? Probably not. I was about to say, what about me? But flirting with fans are a bad call. So again, points to you, clever lad. That's why I follow you, smarter than me. Well, the problem is, if I had community members flirting with me, sometimes I don't know how to take that. Especially since I have a majority male followers, and that is a little scary. If all of my community members start, I'm not a VTuber. I'm not a female VTuber where everyone just flirts. I have walked in on a VTuber stream where everyone is just trying to rizz up the VTuber, and I'm like, how could you do that? How could you do that? Lark, how could you do that?
I could explain, but I don't want to get in that headspace.
Why would the Knights be secular? Are they that afraid? The developers don't want to involve Christian iconography because they don't want to offend people who aren't Christian, apparently. I'd throw money for some better-looking Vikings more in line with historical clothes. The problem there is you'd make all the Vikings pretty much look the same because there isn't that much differentiation between Vikings if you make it all historically accurate.
Yeah, you would have some that will be wearing regular, like clothing of the time, and the ones that have a bit better finances will be wearing male.
I guess Raven having a good point here. Well, girls want attention. For me, it's just a matter of I'm lonely. I do want a girlfriend. It's been a long time since I've been in the dating scene. A part of me is scared to get back into the dating scene, but I do want to get back in the dating scene. But the problem is all the girls around here are either taken, too young, too old, or they're not the kind of women who I'd want to be in a relationship with. You got to realize I don't live in the good old-fashioned southern country. I live on the beach. I live near the coast where all the party girls live. Like, it's not exactly, it's slim pickings.
I kid you not, I tried to do online dating, and like a good chunk of the profiles I saw said only swipe right if you have a boat.
Yeah, literally, like most of the girls here are gold diggers or party girls or what have you. So it's very hard for me to find a girl I'd actually want to date. And so when I come on, it's just like, it's exhausting. It feels weird hearing you say Riz. I'm too damn old, Lark. I'm too damn old for this. Too damn old. Remember, it never change, please, unless it's for the better. You are cool. You are too cool, big bro. Thanks. But didn't the dev say Deus Volt when Self and For Honor were getting years? Yeah, but that was a mistake. They had to remove it. Raven, you're not alone. Just got over 10-year relationship. Recently ghosted by my date. Yeah, actually, a few weeks ago, I was stood up to. Yeah, I tried dating this girl. She stood me up, so I'm there. Probably unpopular, but I'd like an Elder Scrolls-inspired Viking heavy armor. Hell no! Tech, how are you today? Oh, and hippies. Like, I don't think you need to involve anything Elder Scrolls and For Honor, because it will just get crazy. Yet we still have crosses in the Legacy Crusader outfit. Yeah, they can't undo some of what they've done. Beach party girl have a succubus feel, and I hate it. I have seen succubuses in pop culture who are less sex hungry than some of these girls. Like, I wrote a story. No, this is true. I wrote a story about a succubus who works as a therapist. She doesn't even want to have sex with people. She just wants to be a therapist. It's in my Edenite Chronicles. And so she actually helps people by working through their problems and helping as a therapist. And she actually says that the whole succubus as being sex demons is a bad stereotype, and she doesn't want to, encourage it. And it's kind of like, see, you can have women in fiction who you would assume are sexual deviants when they're not. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Creator's question: what if Ubi made a Lucifer-inspired hero skin? No. I mean, if they're not even going to add Jesus, why would they add Lucifer? True, a Viking main can dream of not being doomed to wear just leather armor, a mail shirt, or warrior coat for my war, and I never use another cosmetic. Fair. I mean, if it's all you want, it's all you want. Here's another, a woolen hero idea, the dumpling chucker who chucks giant dumplings at people. Are we literally flirting with racism right now, bro? Are we literally flirting with racism? Jonathan, please chill. Dude, I understand you don't like the Asians. I understand you don't like the samurai or the Wulin, but please, dude, we are flirting with racism here, and I don't want you to do that, okay? I don't want to have to time you out again.
I've already done it.
You already timed him out? Thank you. Well, Lark took care of that. How are you this morning? I'm tired and very confused. They actually a very interesting story I would want to read. Yeah, it's fun. It was fun to write. I'll publish it eventually. What is going on here? I don't even know, Michael. I'm so confused. What's up, Tonga? Please tell me he's not trolling Raven right now. Assassin, I get trolled all the time. I'm sick of it. I really am. That's one of the reasons I ask Lark all the time if I should even continue this YouTube thing. Because, I don't know. I feel like I'm too old for it. And I feel like I just don't deal with trolls or stuff well. And trolls is a part of the game, so I don't know. Ubisoft claims to want to be secular, but they just gave Warmonger a Lucifer reference Warmonger armor set. It's true. Yeah, they'll add what they want regardless of their own, scruples and speculations. We don't want to add Christian iconography, but here's Lucifer. Wait, Raven, hold on. What about the BP hero skin that literally has Baldwin vibes and a crown of thorns? How is that not Christian? Yeah, that's a good point, except for the fact that they don't connect Baldwin to Christianity like they should. Hey, my wife hates me gaming. How you doing? Another Christian For Honor streamer? Dude, I'm a big believer. I'm a huge believer. Raven, for Easter, I got a bonsai tree Lego set that has interchangeable spring and fall, with the spring being white and pink and the fall branches being brown and green. That's cool, man. That's cool. That sounds neat. That's neat. You're not that old. You're still young. I'm 32 years old, which is older than the vast majority of For Honor content creators. And I mean, I can't even say the young lingo without people saying it sounds weird. Like, just scroll back up in the chat. You'll see someone say it sounds weird for me to say the word Riz. Pro tip, don't care about it. We are here. Trolls can get a timeout or a ban. We got you. I do care about it, which I shouldn't, but I do. Doing good. How are you? I'm good, man. I'm good. When's the den? We got 55 minutes. We got 55 minutes before the den. Raven, do you have to read out loud, or can you read to yourself quietly? I'm just curious. I usually read quietly. That way I can sit in the classroom while I'm subbing, and I can read a book quietly. The only time I'll read out loud is if I'm reading to someone, or if I'm sounding out syllables, or I'm sounding out stanzas, usually when I'm reading poetry or a song. Raven, I wonder, any news about Christian monster dating game you streamed a while ago? I'm in their Discord server, but I haven't seen any new updates. I'll need to double check it. Like I tell my wife 30 isn't old. Well, I'm 32 and I don't even have a girlfriend. What does that tell you? Well, Raven, the vast majority of YouTubers do the same exact thing or are probably younger than they should, so I think you're fine on a nice change of pace. I really appreciate that. I really do. Still, Raven, you're a good friend, and I think you're one of the best YouTubers I know. I appreciate the sentiment. I really do. I really do. It doesn't change much for me, though. The problem is I just feel like a lot of times I admit I don't understand a lot of what goes on. That's all. I can relate, Raven. I'm very insecure myself. That's why I still haven't started making content. I suffer from insecurities, low self-esteem, PTSD, depression. I'm a petri dish of problems. So I'm always very hard on myself. I'm way harder on myself than I probably should be. But one of the things that I've noticed as I've gone through this YouTube game is I've had accusations thrown at me that I don't take criticism well, that I don't take trolling well, that I'm too sensitive and stuff like that. And I'm kind of like, well, there's an old saying, if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. A lot of people treat that saying as that you need to get over it, but there's another side to it you could take. Just get out of the kitchen. And I'm wondering if I shouldn't get out of the kitchen, If I'm not able to handle trolling or criticism or stuff like that, maybe I don't need to be doing YouTube, And that's what I've been thinking on. Hi, Raven. I haven't watched your videos for 2 or 3 months because I want to binge watch them anyway. What do you think about layer armor system in For Honor, similar to Mordau? I think what they've got now is fine, honestly. Hey, Raven, are you going to make to Slay Demon Story Part 2? No. Like I said before, that story is discontinued. It happens. I'm from the old 4chan days, so hate means something else to me, but at the same time, I'm not the one on the mic. I can't tell you what to do, but we are here. I appreciate that. Did you see the Pope died? What's your view on that? I'm sorry he's dead. I'm not celebrating it, but I'm not crying either. I know that to Catholics, the Pope is the vicar of Christ on earth. To me, he's just another man. I hope that he had a good relationship with God, and I hope that he's in heaven. But praying for his soul means nothing. That's between him and God. Every man's relationship with God is his own. Praying for his soul isn't going to do nothing. That's between him and God. So, do I hope that he's in heaven? Do I hope he had a relationship with God? Yes. Do I celebrate his death? No. Am I breaking my heart and crying and lamenting and ripping my shirt for it? No. Just, I'm sorry he's gone. I hope that the next pope can be a good Catholic leader. Raven Knight, I've always wondered, how do you deal with unruly kids in your classroom? You feel like the kind of strict yet passionate teacher, and those are always the most interesting ones. When I deal with difficult kids, there's only 3 ways I can deal with them. One is I can enforce the rules and hope that they follow them. Most don't. The second way is I can ignore them and try to go on with my class teaching. That doesn't work either. They tend to just act up anyway and cause a class disruption. 3, I send them out to the assistant principal or to the disciplinarian and get them out of the classroom. And usually they don't like me for that, but it's the only way I can get back to teaching. The original 2 schools that I taught at were not good about discipline. So they basically let the inmates run the asylum, so to speak. So it was very difficult. When I deal with kids who act up, I usually try to just give them a warning to start with. I say, hey, man, you're not supposed to do that. If they continue to act up or argue back, I just send them out. Like, it's not something worth fighting over. If they're going to cause a disruption and they're going to distract from the lesson, you don't need to be in the classroom. You don't need to be in the classroom. And usually sending out the first student who acts up is a warning to the rest of the class to say, hey, I'm not going to put up with it. So that's usually how I deal with it. Raven, I'm looking forward to your next Elijah video. I am too. I'm very excited. We got a big one coming up. The next Elijah video is going to be huge. I'm so excited. Life is full of uncertainties, but you got to try to have a positive mindset. That is not as easy as it sounds, Tech. I have lived through a lot and seen a lot, and sometimes that's not easy. What do you think of Ghost of Tsushima and now Yote? I love Ghost of Tsushima. I don't know anything about Yote yet. Apparently he was a bouncer when he was younger. I was never a bouncer. I was a bodyguard at one point. What do you teach, Raven? History, or if so, what period? I taught English mostly, actually. I taught English. I can teach history, but I taught English mostly. What happened was usually when I was in my English class, I ended up teaching some history. Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, I'm Christian, not Catholic, and I'm also in America, not wherever the Vatican is. So I hope he had a relationship with Christ and lived that way of his life. But exactly, Mel, exactly right. Some people think, oh, you're a Protestant, you must hate the Pope. I don't hate the Pope. I really don't. I don't agree with him on everything, but I don't hate him. I want him to have a relationship with God. I want everyone to have a relationship with God. Even the people I don't like. The Lord calls us to love our enemies. Pray for them. I want people to have a relationship with Christ. I don't hate the Pope. I want him to have a relationship with God. But praying for his soul after his death, that doesn't do anything. It's not like God's going to go, oh, he lived a sinful life, but you are praying for him, so I guess it's cool. No, it's not how that works. Okay, so, hey, Raven, I asked a friend, what is the difference between Mormons and Christians? And they said that Mormons just have the Book of Mormon. Is that correct, or is there more to it? That is a very long discussion about the difference between Mormons and Christians. You're technically right. They have the Book of Mormon, but the Book of Mormon is kind of a heresy if you compare it to Christianity. Let's save that for another video. That's a very long discussion point. So Raven, in writing, how do I kill off important characters without it being for shock value? You set it up properly. You don't just kill them early. You make it meaningful. That would be what I would say. I remember as a kid, teacher said, there's the door. If you want to act up, get out. A college teacher could say that. A college professor could say that. A high school teacher can't, because the kids can't just wander the halls aimlessly. You have to have a place they're going. What's my favorite Chaos faction? 40K. Do you mean the 4 Chaos gods, or do you just mean the Chaos Astartes? Of the Chaos gods, I think Khorne is probably my favorite, if not Nurgle. Of the followers of Chaos, like the Chaos Astartes, probably the Word Bearers. Honestly, I don't really like any of them, if I'm being honest. All of them have problems to me. All of them are annoying to me in some way, shape, or form. Either the Word Bearers or the World Eaters. That would be what I say. I would love to have Raven as a history teacher. I'd love to teach history. Also, Raven, how was Oblivion? It was fine. It was cool. Probably won't stream any more of it, but it was cool. Let's see. We need more vodka. Oh. Are you still going to do video on Genghis Khan soon? Probably not soon, but I am working on something to that effect. I've just had a lot of stuff going on. I really haven't had time to sit down and finish reading the Genghis Khan books that I have. Hello, Raven. Watch for vids for a little. I'm working on the associates in art so that I can be a social studies teacher on the second level. What tips could you give? Okay. My tip for you, being a social studies teacher is cool, but you don't focus only on studying history, because you'll already know that. Focus on studying classroom management. That will be incredibly important. Raven Knight, have you ever read any piece of Spanish literature? If not, would you like some recommendations? I've read French and Spanish literature before, but they were classic books, like old books. I don't know any like modern ones. I worked with a pastor in Esplantrico that gave a Mormon sermon. He said that he will never again do that again. It was that bad, according to him. Yeah, Mormonism is a heresy in many ways. But again, that's a topic for another day. Raven, another question. What do you think the new Woolen hero will be? How do you think it'll tie into the lore, and how are you feeling lore-wise and for honor? I think it's going to be a Lu Bu reference. I think the new Woolen hero is going to be a Lu Bu reference or a Mulan reference, one of the two. And how am I feeling lore-wise? The lore right now is serviceable, but it needs work. Like right now, it's serviceable, but it needs work. For Honor has run into a brick wall, and they either need to climb over it or they need to change course. Like they don't have another choice. They've run into a brick wall because what they've done is good. They've removed Horkos as the main bad guy like they've removed Horkos as the Saturday morning cartoon villain who causes all the problems, which is good. They now have a new status quo. The problem is they're not going anywhere with that status quo. Right now, all that's happening is Astria is still in the setting, fighting in the arena, and Gul'Jin isn't really doing anything new or important. So the lore isn't going in any direction. So they've stagnated. They need to either change course or they need to climb over this wall. I'm a sucker for the World Eaters and the Thousand Suns. No judging people. Okay. I like your ghoul vid from yesterday. It was really good. Thank you. Thank you. I like Chow Chow or Sun John skin or Hero. I mean, they could do that, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see what they do. Raven, I know you're a fan of Witcher 3, but have you played the other two games? I played the second one, didn't finish it. I never played the first one. I know you like 40K the most, but what do you think about Warhammer Fantasy, Raven? I like Warhammer Fantasy fine. There are things about it that I like. I didn't like the end times. Age of Sigmar's fine. And I like some of the factions, but really I'm just more of a 40K guy. Raven Knight, perhaps you would enjoy Hios de la Ira from Damaso Alonso. It's kind of recent based on the post-war period after the Civil War. Great piece, but it can be a bit heavy to read. Okay, once I get done with the books I'm reading. Anyone else slightly bothered by the fact that Year 9 Season 3 live stream will be on September 11th and most of the breach opening animations begin with a boulder destroying part of the rampart? No. That doesn't bother me at all. Why would... Oh, because it could connect to September 11th? No. A boulder destroying a rampart is not equitable to the Twin Towers going down. Like, that's not even equitable. That's not even a connection, I would say. Have I heard anything new on my friend's condition? They're taking him off the ventilator today, and tomorrow I'll go check on him if I can. If he can do fine without the ventilator, we've got a good shot. The Salamanders and Carcharodons are my go-to Space Marines. Why are the Salamanders? Why do you like the Salamanders, Dominic? Just out of curiosity. I get why the Carcharodons, they're kick-ass, but why the Salamanders? Let me check while we're waiting on that response. Let me check here. Got about 42 minutes, okay. Can we have a lower video of Lamia? A lower video? What do you mean lower video? And what do you mean Lamia? Do you mean Lamia, my legend character, or do you mean Lamia like the snake people? Oh, a lore video on Lamia. Okay, lore video on Lamia. Like, can we have a lore video of your OC Lamia? I did a video of Lamia. You didn't see my legend video on Lamia? I like World Leaders and Thousand Suns. Yes, Micah, we saw that. We saw that you like those, Micah.
We're proud of you, buddy.
The Rock hit second castle. Yo, Ethan, what's up, man? We're all just hanging out while we wait for the Warriors Den to start. Hey, Raven, what's happening today for Honor? Been MIA recently? They're doing a Warriors Den. I love the human side of the Salamanders. They know they are tanks and are willing to put first the safety of humans. Thank you, Dominic. I appreciate that 100%. You proved my point beautifully. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who doubted me last night when I talked about this, Dominic has beautifully proven my point. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Oh, that was gorgeous. Lark, can we get an amen on that? Hey. Amen, brother. But for good legions, I like the Black Templars and Blood Angels. What a surprise. I completely forgot it was a Warriors Den today.
I'm glad you're here.
What point is that? Tech, were you here for last night's stream? We had this conversation. Just put me out on the spot there. No, Dominic, let me explain. So I'm doing a video soon about why the Salamanders annoy me. And everyone's asking me why the Salamanders annoy me. And I said it's because they have monopolized morality in Warhammer 40K. Everyone just thinks of them as the good guys. They are the good Astartes. And I told everyone, do this challenge. Ask someone who their favorite Space Marine chapter is. And if they say the Salamanders, ask them why. 9 times out of 10, they will say exactly what you said. They just care about humanity. They're the good guys. They actually want to help people and they're compassionate. And you said it beautifully. I decided to test that. I said, hey, man, you like the salamanders. What do you like about them? Why did you choose the salamanders? And you answered with that very same answer, which pretty much proved my point. That is primarily what people like about them, which isn't a bad thing to like. It's fine to like them for that. But the issue is it creates this false dichotomy that the salamanders are good, everyone else is bad, which isn't true. And people will say, oh, come on, Raven, other chapters are good. Other chapters can do good things. Okay, if that's true, then why are the salamanders getting sold on their compassionate aspect? When does the For Honor stream start? I'm sorry, Bullwinkle, let me tell you. 38 minutes. See, that's my issue with the salamanders. I don't mind that they're compassionate, but okay, I'm gonna tell this story in my video, but I'll tell it here now. When I was just getting into Warhammer 40K, I loved the Dark Angels. They were my favorite, and I wanted to write a story about a Dark Angels named Elijah who was knocked unconscious in a battle with the Drukhari, was found by a village of normal civilians, human civilians, and they rescue him and nurse him back to health. He is ordered to return to his unit, return to his squad. He can't do it because he knows that if he abandons these people, they'll die. So he stays against orders and protects them, even risking his life to save a group of children. He's an awesome Giga Chad. And I wrote this story. I shared it with a friend of mine who knew Warhammer 40K really, really well. He read it and he said, hey, man, it's a cool story, but the problem is you can't do this chapter. You can't do the Dark Angels. And I was like, why not? Why can't I do the Dark Angels? He said the Dark Angels wouldn't do this. In fact, a lot of chapters wouldn't do this. If you want a compassionate Space Marine, you need the salamanders, dude. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm writing about the Dark Angels. He said, dude, you got to understand, almost all the chapters in Warhammer 40K are evil. Like, a lot of them don't care about humans. At best, they're indifferent to humans and don't really care about them. And at worst, they'll just kill them. So the salamanders are the only ones who will really care and do this kind of thing. And that's when it hit me. There is this mentality that the salamanders are just the good guys. They're the ones who care. They're the ones who will protect people. They're the ones who actually have some basic humanity. And I'm like, it does two things. Number one, it really undermines the other chapters because, as Mal pointed out, Mal isn't even a Warhammer 40K fan, but he pointed this out. If you have a grim, dark setting, and one faction in that grim, dark setting is the good guys, new players and new people with interest are going to gravitate to that faction before any others, meaning they're going to lose sight of a lot of really cool stuff within the lore. So this kind of undermines any other good you may see in Warhammer 40K from other factions. And two, it makes the salamanders a lot less interesting when they do it. And I'll explain why. In the book Lazarus Enmity's Edge, a Dark Angel captain, Lazarus, holds a dying human woman in his arms and comforts her as she dies. That was huge. I nearly cried reading it. It was so cool. And yet the Dark Angels are held as these evil bastards, these cruel, sick, twisted sons of bitches. And yet we see there is some humanity there. We see Lazarus showing humanity from a chapter that for so long people thought had none. It was awesome. Replace him with a salamander. Yeah, he's a salamander. It's what he's going to do. That's what salamanders do. So no one cares. It's like, yep, that's a salamander. A salamander would do that. So it kind of undermines it a little bit. Plus, if you want to be honest, it also undermines a lot of the other things you could like about the salamanders. Their pyrotechnics. The fact that they're larger than most average Space Marines. Like, there are other things to like about the salamanders, but because people only focus on the compassionate aspect, they lose sight of it. That's why. And that is my rant on the salamanders for now. It's kind of repetitive at that point, I feel it. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things. Hey, Barbaric. Raven, what will the new content be? New hero skin, and I think a new game event. That is exactly how I was introduced to Warhammer. I do love all chapters of the salamanders, but the salamanders until I looked into the Kakaradons. Yes, see, Dominic, and I'm not judging you, Dominic. I'm genuinely not judging you. It's fine. But that is how it happens, isn't it? It's like, oh man, I really want to get into 40K. Who are the good guys? There are no good guys. Really, none? Well, I guess the salamanders are good. Okay, I'll like them. And then that's it. Uh, wasn't the salamanders the one having horns growing out of their heads, or am I mixing Astartes groups? You're thinking of the black dragons, but you're not far off because even though they're a cursed founding chapter, many people do think that they are salamander successors. I think that's a commonly held belief. Raven Knight talking about more grimdark stories. Have you ever considered playing the Dishonored games? I played one of the Dishonored games. It was fine. It was cool.
Yeah, you played a bit of one. I think you actually finished two.
Yeah, I did finish two. We getting a new hero anytime soon. Next season. Next season, Mandalorian. We are getting a new Outlander hero. I like the salamanders because of dragons. Fair? That's fair.
As far as reasons go.
I mean, hey, you have your reasons. And I don't even mind if people like the salamanders because they're compassionate. That's fine. I just think it's annoying. No, I'm not even kidding. This is an actual conversation I had with someone. This is an actual conversation I've had with someone. Watch this. Me. So, what Space Marine chapter is your favorite? I love the salamanders, man. What about you? I love the Dark Angels. What, the Dark Angels? You like the Dark... They're evil, dude. They're so evil and twisted. I mean, okay, I also like the Black Templars. Dude, they're just as evil. Oh my gosh, they're just as bad. Okay, I like the Ultramarines. They're okay. Like, dude, the Ultramarines are better, but they still do some vile shit. Like, you know, and I'm like, okay, but so do the Salamanders. They've done bad stuff too. Nah, man. The Salamanders are actually the good guys, dude. That's why they're awesome. They're the actual real heroes of humanity. And you can go on YouTube and you will find shorts of people saying Salamanders are the real heroes of humanity. And that makes me go, like, shut up. Do you think we will ever get another Knight hero? Someday. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. Because For Honor kept getting so much shit over having Knight heroes, I think they're done making Knight heroes. What if the new skin is just Naue from Assassin's Creed Shadows? Don't do it. Dragons and Fire, my main reason for liking the Salamanders. Okay, that's cool. Man, the fighting between James Gunn Superman fans and Snyder Superman fans is the most petty, annoying, and funny beef between nerds that I've ever seen. It's not the most petty I've ever seen, but no, I get you. That is funny. This dude doesn't understand Warhammer. Me? Or the guy that I talked to. I hope you mean the guy that I talked to, because I've been doing my research. Could it be possible to have a therapist in For Honor to analyze the psychology of certain characters so we can determine how to deal with them and something like that's help develop lore?
No, we need someone to psychoanalyze some of the player base.
Yeah, we need a therapist for the player base, not the characters. Okay, but have these people ever heard of the Salamander's Third Company? Hey, don't start throwing facts at them. Warmonger should be having Latin dub. I know. Are there any successor chapters between Dark Angels and Salamanders?
Yes.
The Dark Angels and Salamanders both have successor chapters. The guy, Raven? Okay, I was making sure. I'm just a Thousand Sons fan in the corner. Sylvaris, you don't feel alone. You've got a lot of Thousand Sons fans here.
Enjoy the Zangors, buddy.
Enjoy them goat men. Is there actually any lore reasons for Outlander factions? Yes, there is an in-lore reason. We've talked about it previously.
Good PR.
Could we get a Greek Spartan as a hero for the Outlanders? You and everyone else, brother.
Honestly, I think you can just get away with it with like a Valkyrie hero skin.
Yeah, you could. What other faction would you recommend me to learn about? From what, 40K? Learn about the Necrons. They're kind of fascinating.
Or if you're just looking at the Sisters of Battle.
Or the Sisters of Battle. Yes, the Sisters of Battle.
And dare I say, the Imperial Guard regiments could also use some love.
The new Outlander here will be an Amazoness. She saves Calliope, lets free Astria, and then the conflict between Chimera and Horcrux resumes. That'd be bad, honestly. When's the hero stream update? 30 minutes. So we have 30 minutes. I don't remember right now, but as a newbie of 40K, the faction they send on basically suicide missions that are mentioned in Space Marine 2. The Ultramarines? The Ultramarines are the poster boys of 40K. How does a Spartan hero would fight any different than Valk? That's my question. Adeptosauritas. I love the Adeptosauritas, man. They're the best. Sorry, I meant hybrid chapters of Dark Angels and Salamanders, like how the Black Cobras are a hybrid chapter of Dark Angels and White Scars. Okay, so I don't know of any hybrid chapters of the Dark Angels and Salamanders. I don't know of any. I suppose someone could make them. The Black Cobras are unique because they weren't supposed to survive. They weren't supposed to live long. But they did, and now the Inquisition doesn't like them for it. That's the thing. The Inquisition and the Astra Militarum are a little suspicious of the Black Cobras because they survived when they weren't supposed to. But now they're a kick-ass chapter. Wouldn't you say, brother?
I would say so.
Brother. Was scrolling on X and I saw a Snyder fan post a picture of Guns Sup saying worse face and cinnamon, and another guy posting weird face photos of Cavill. Someone else responding and it just continues. Yeah, it's pretty petty at this point. Raven, could we get a skin for the Warmonger Black Knight Legend skin? Could we get a skin for the Warmonger Black Knight Legend skin? What do you mean, Mandalorian? The Marines Malevolent? Yeah, they're evil. They're just evil. What would you like to see the story lore go to the next season? Because we're going to see what comes next today in the Warriors Den. Honestly, what I want to see them do next is, again, push the lore in a new direction or just do something with Gul'Jin. Gul'Jin's taken over Heathmore, right? Do something now. Like, what are you going to do now, Gul'Jin? Are you going to change the... You know what would be cool? Have Gul'Jin try to do something oppressive on, say, Ashfeld or the Mire or something. Have her do something to oppress a faction and force them to respond. You know, do something. They need to do something, that's all. Okay, anyway, so about those butcher's nails. Yeah, about those butcher's nails. Those were such a good idea. Elden Ring brought me to For Honor, and I love it. Normally, it's the other way around. I got into an argument about Leman with someone, and they said that Leman Russ is a coward Primarch who can't fight. Well, they lied. Leman Russ is one of the strongest warriors among the Primarchs.
He tried to solo
and he tried to solo Horus and Angron. Granted, he failed both times, but he still tried. He's not a coward. Raven, I mean the Black Knight legend that was in Night Times. Oh, you want a warmonger who references the Black Knight? Yeah, you could do something like that. From my knowledge, are the Chaos Gods more evil than the Necrons, or the Necrons more evil? It's complicated. The Chaos Gods... The Chaos Gods aren't evil in the sense you're thinking. They are just self-centered, manipulative, and want to control the galaxy. And they represent the darker aspects of mortality. Like, someone pointed this out. If you looked at the Chaos Gods and what they originally represented, you can see how they're corrupted. Like, for example, Slaanesh, for example, we think of her as the lusty god, like the sex-crazed god. But if you look at her core, the desire for love, the desire for passion, the desire to improve yourself, that's all good. The problem is Slaanesh just takes it to a massive extreme. Nurgle, life, betterment, happiness, joy. These are good things. But Nurgle takes them to a sick extreme. You know, you look at the Chaos Gods and you realize that they are just over involved and bastardized aspects of good things. Meanwhile, the Necron tier wanted immortality and started a war in heaven to get it and then destroyed themselves in the process. Now there are some Necrons who are absolutely evil bastards. Others are genuinely pretty good. Like, you could say that the Silent King is actually trying to do good things. You could say Trazyn, while he's kind of a goofy goober, is trying to do good things. But then you have others who are doing evil things. You know, it really does make them complex. And I like that complexity. Anyway, for the stepmommy protector with your life brothers, exactly. I love the Necrons because of the infinite and the divine. Really made me see them differently. Yep. Russ is what happened to kids when you raise them out in the wild and not around people. Actually, Assassin, the lion literally was Mowgli, okay? The lion quite literally grew up in the wilds of Caliban fighting chaos monsters as a child. And he turned out just fine.
Skill issue, man.
Skill issue, Lehman. I don't know what to tell you. So the Chaos or Corruptions and Necrons is debatable. Chaos, you could really look at the Chaos Gods as basically what happened when mortals delved too far and too fast into sinful desires, and they reflect that. That's the way I look at it. Nuns with Guns is OP. You cannot change my mind. The Nuns with Guns, the Sisters of Battle, are so badass. And I hate that the community tends to hate them. That annoys me. I feel like the Chaos Gods want to do good, but are really, really don't know how to go about it. It's not that they want to do good. It's that they want to embody what they are. But because the warp reflects mortals and the mortal wishes, they reflect that evil back at us. In many ways, the Chaos Gods are representations of the fall of mortals. Like, the fact that Khorne, Slaanesh, Nurgle, and Tzeentch are the way that they are is a reflection of mortals' capacity to take that which is good. And you know what? My pastor, genuinely, I never thought I'd say this, but my church pastor said it a great way. Idols aren't always bad things. Usually, an idol is a good thing that we made into a God thing. If you take sex, which is a good thing, but make it your God, it becomes bad. If you take knowledge and schooling and academia, which is a good thing, but make it your God, it's a bad thing. If you take tenacity, bravery, fighting, doing that can be a good thing. But if you make it your God and worship that, it becomes a bad thing. And that's kind of what the Chaos Gods are. You took this good thing and made and overindulged in it and turned it into your God, and it became your Chaos God. Holy crap! I just used Christian theology to explain the Chaos Gods.
It happens.
That's crazy. Anyway, Labaj Russ is more Tarzan than the lion. I'm going to disagree with that hard. Lion autistic one. I wouldn't call him autistic. Too much of a good thing can become a bad thing to practice self-control. Well, I wouldn't even go that. I wouldn't even say that. What I would say is this. When you worship something, here's the way my pastor put it, and I like the way he put it. Everyone in this world wants to be validated. If you ask any man or woman what they want most, they want to be validated. They want to feel like they have value. They want to feel like they're worth something. And so we will worship something that gives us value. We will worship something that makes us feel validated. If sex makes you feel validated, you'll worship sex. If money makes you feel validated, you'll worship money. If your job makes you feel validated, you'll worship your job. We want to create something to worship that will make us feel valuable. And when you take that thing and put it on the level of God for you and you worship it, then it's no longer a good thing for you. It begins to hurt you. It begins to turn you into something ugly. It's like my pastor said, if money is your God, go get money. Do whatever you have to do to get it. Steal, cheat, rob, gamble. Do whatever you have to do to get more money. Never be satisfied until you are getting money. If sex is your God, go for it. Ruin your marriage. Sleep with as many people as you want. Whenever you want, how often you want. Age, no restriction. Species is not a restriction. If sex is what you worship, get it. Because that is what it means to worship something. You put it at the forefront of everything. And so that's why the Chaos Gods in 40K are bastardized versions of good things. Because when you take these things that are supposed to be good and you worship at their altar, they become ugly things. That's what I mean. Have you watched TTS? Yes, I have watched that. What do I think of the Lamenters? They're cool. I like the Lamenters. Feel bad for them. So, Rayleigh, it's ambition and obsession. Wow, Raven, now I see the Chaos Gods differently. Well, I mean, anything you take in excess becomes a problem. It can become a darkness. It can become evil. Taking a good thing and making it a God thing. That's the way my pastor put it, and I love that. Taking a good thing and making it a God thing. Like sex, for example, is a good thing. God gave us sex to be pleasurable, to be good, to be a way for a man and a woman to come together in harmony and to create a child and to have a family. It's supposed to be a good, holy thing. But we've bastardized it today. Now sex isn't something glorious or something meant for a man or a woman. It's something that people think, I can do it whenever I want with whoever I want. I can do it as often as I like. I've read about that OnlyFans model who bragged about sleeping with over 100 guys in one night. And I'm like, are we proud of that? Who would be proud of that? And yet people are proud of her for that. People say, wow, great job. And I'm like, that's disgusting. And that, I think, is the difference between Slaanesh now and what Slaanesh once was. You know? Perhaps at one point, Slaanesh was just a pure entity within the warp who represented sexual desire. Now, she's a whore. Because she reflects the way we have treated sex. Raven, I would like to say something about Christianity on making your enemies your friends. It reminds me of this quote. Okay, what's the quote? Give this man a podcast? Thank you. I'd love a podcast. What about the living mushrooms? The orcs are the only characters in 40K who are having a good time. Wow, we're actually flirting with 100 viewers right now. This is so awesome. I was not expecting this. Thank you all for being here. I know that I go on long tangents and rant sometimes, but I'm glad that you're all here. The best way to defeat your enemy is to make them your friend, Master Wu. Okay, so I get the sentiment behind that, but it's not quite the same thing as the Christian teaching. The Christian teaching to love your enemies as yourself does not mean you have to make them your friend. It means that you do not hate them. You love your enemy as yourself by caring about them. You don't have to like them. I think there's a difference between like and love. Loving someone means that you want, like, here's the thing. There's this guy that I used to work with. I did not like him. I could not stand working with him. But I do remember one time while we were at work, he was really upset because his mother was in the hospital. Now, there are two ways you can look at that. Either on the one hand, I can go, ha, your mom deserves to be in the hospital. You're a piece of shit. Or I can say, I'm so sorry you're going through that, man. I really hope she gets better. Loving your enemy does not mean you have to like working with them or like being around them or like the things they like. But it does mean that you have a heart for them. I would never tell that person who I don't like, you deserve to be miserable. You deserve to be hated. That's not my place. I would say, I hope that she gets better. I hope that your mom gets better. I hope that she heals. I hope that she gets out of the hospital and you're okay. That would be the difference. Will there be more videos about the journey of Lamia and Deborah? Maybe. I might do that. That's the reason why we love Raven and Lark. Don't forget the Lark.
Who is this Lark?
Who is this Lark? I don't. Wah, orcs always down for a good crump. Yes, they are. They are always down for a good crump.
And that's why we love them.
I enjoy your rants, especially since the topics seem really important to you. Well, I wouldn't rant about it if it wasn't important to me. Orcs like pretty colors and go zoom, zoom. They think something and then it is. It's true.
I think therefore it is. Instead of I think therefore I am. I think think, therefore you isn't.
Well, what I love about that is just it opens the door to so many possibilities. That's why I like that opening in the Warhammer Idol competition with the orcs.
Oh,
that was the best opening out of all of them.
That was the funniest thing.
Just the way that worked, it was like the funny thing. I was about to say that can't work, but then I thought, wait, no, the Wafield, that was perfect. That was flawless.
Comments there that said, like, I was about to say this can't work, and then I remembered the Wafield don't give a crap how this thing should work.
But yeah, like just what the gork? I almost feel.
What am I is, boss?
What am I is, boss? Boss? And the idea that they just think, okay, all you need is the outfit and the hair, and you're now an idol. Like,
Oh, yeah, that's how it works, right?
yeah, it's gotta be. It's gotta be. It's gotta be how it is. That's how I said we could have a female custodians right there, like that.
Yeah, that was my logic.
Yeah, that's the logic behind it. I wish we could see more human perspective of the orc savage brutality. I mean, they fight the orcs regularly.
I think if you find any book where the orcs show up, you will see that.
Anyway, sorry. Now everyone's talking orcs. Orcs are not my specialty. I don't know nearly as much about the orcs.
That's okay, neither do the orcs.
We got about 13 minutes left. Got 100 viewers. That's kind of awesome, man. Let's keep that rocking and rolling, people. Well, you know what? Before this starts, I'm going to run and go hit the El Baño. That's Spanish lingo there, for those who don't know. What are Lark's thoughts on the new Templar song by Sabaton? Has it come out yet?
Oh, this is news to me.
Yeah, apparently Sabaton is releasing a new single called Templars.
Hey.
It sounds good, but I didn't know it was out yet. Anyway, guys, let me run to the bathroom. I will be right back. Be right back, guys. Back, guys. Sorry about that. Get my headphones. I guess Jonathan took your time out to mean that he couldn't come back in.
I timed him out for 24 hours.
Oh, he can't come back in, period.
He's a constant problem, so I'm not crooked.
Oh. I thought you only timed him out for 10 minutes.
No, I timed him out for 24 hours.
Wow.
I would have timed him out for more.
Well, I think my biggest problem with him is it was just constant. All he wanted to do was drop racist lines.
And he wasn't taking the hint to stop, and he's caused shit before, so I was like, alright, fine.
Fair enough. I trust you. All right. All right. I'm back. Is it just starting? We start in about, I think, 10 minutes. And I saw Aaron here. Aaron, are you there, or are you still busy, my man? I know you're coming up on Cinco de Mayo, and that's busy for you. Yeah, we got 10 minutes. But I hope you get to stick around a little bit, man. Aaron and me are buddies. I know. Could Hannah be here? Hannah's free right now. Let's see if she'll join us. Hannah, hold on. I'm gonna get her. What? Oh, come back here. There we go. Hold on, I just messaged her. Raven, you have such a cool voice. Well, thank you. I work very hard to make my voice sound all natural. People have actually asked me to do ASMR streams. I'm not even kidding. Lark, you've seen the messages.
I have seen.
People have actually said, please do that. Hold on. Hannah needs the link. Hold on. Copy. There we go. Anyway. Hey, Aaron. I knew you were here. I'm glad you're doing okay. Anyway, if there's anything else y'all want me to talk about, let's do it while we have time. The new Sabaton songs come out on the 25th. The 25th? Okay. All hands on deck. Captain is present. Yep. Captain on deck. Hannah, come join us. Join us, Hannah. Join us. Join. Raven, do an impression of Patrick ready to reclaim Jerusalem. Patrick Star? I can't do Patrick's voice. I can't do Patrick. I can do his laugh, but I can't do Patrick. Is mayonnaise an instrument? Come on, SpongeBob. Let's go retake Jerusalem. What's that whistle the Navy uses? I don't remember what it's called. Random, I'm trying to create a story between a Highlander and a Valkyrie, but I've had many doubts with the two because I don't know how well the two heroes work together. Not just like a couple scenario, but combat. Honestly, they would work fine together. I think if you did a Valk sweep followed by an overhead hit from Highlander, that'd be a very good secure hit situation. But you shouldn't base your character's relationship with each other based on how well they fight together. I wouldn't do that. Like, no. Like, technically, Nobushi and Warden don't fight well together, but they're the classic ship. Raymond, what do you think Bethesda plans in future Elder Scrolls games? I have no idea what goes through Todd Howard's mind. I have no idea. No one can comprehend what goes through it because there's nothing to comprehend. Crusader Shaggy's still the best. Like Zoink Scoob, it's time for us to retake Jerusalem. That's right. That's right, Raggy. Like Scoob, the Saracens have had it too good for too long. They're sitting on all the Scooby snacks and we shall have them. What are my thoughts on the passing of Pope Francis the day after Easter? I feel for him. I'm sorry that he's gone. It's sad. I'm not really that sad, but it's unfortunate. I'm not crying over it. I'm not weeping. I'm not praying for his soul. I hope he had a good relationship with God. But he was nothing to me other than a man. Anyway, what martial arts do you train? I remember you mentioned in a video. I train in a lot of different martial arts, but the one that I specialized in was Muay Thai. I specialized in Muay Thai. Yes, Shaggy will finally use 1% of his true power. You know, man, to retake Jerusalem, I might need 2% of my power. Can you do Trump retakes Jerusalem? Okay, let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. We've been waiting for it for a long time now. Jerusalem is ours for the taking. The Saracens have sat upon it too long. There's no good Saracens, it's what we call them. And now we're going to return it to the people who deserve it. The proper children of God. The children of God, guys. And they will sit once more on the Holy Land in the Holy City. And it'll be ours. We're going to put a wall around it and we're going to make the Muslims build it. That's what we're going to do. There's your Trump retakes Jerusalem. Next update will be Prince of Persia. That's what I've heard. You do such a good Shaggy. Thanks. I appreciate that. Richard Blackthorne taking Jerusalem. Just make him sound like a space marine. Thank you, Sleepy Pichu. Trump would actually participate in a crusade. As we would expect. I tell you no lie, whenever I do a Trump impression, I have to do his little hand symbols, like just, we gotta do it. All right. I missed the impressions. Rewind the stream. I'll allow it. All right, we got about 3 minutes, guys. We're coming up on it. We're coming up on it. This is it. Sorry if I've not been keeping up, but are you a teacher? Yes, I'm a teacher. So is my brother. We are both teachers. What do I think of the Death Guard? Ironically, I like Mortarion. I don't really like the Death Guard. Every time I hear the Shaggy voice, I feel pain. What they did to the newest version. Oh no, we don't even acknowledge that version, man. We don't even acknowledge that version. We don't even. Hannah, are you watching the stream, or are you being a lurker again? Lurk, 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 lurk. 3 minutes, guys. Kimiko taking Jerusalem. I can't do Kimiko's voice, don't I? I can no longer do female voices. When I was a kid, when I was in middle school, I could do women voices. I could throw my voice like a woman. I can't now. I lost that ability. That's why I was able to play Sleeping Beauty in that play. Because I could throw my voice, and I was a freaking string bean. I'm much broader now. I have broad shoulders. I'm much bigger. I'm a much bigger person. Back then, I was so small. I was so skinny. Raven, it seems like your friend Hannah, in my eyes, she sounds like a Coraline fan. Is this true? I don't know. Hannah, are you a Coraline fan? Is she eating her cheese? Actually, Hannah hates cheese, so probably not. All right, let's go ahead and get things switched over. Hold on. Trump, we must stop the crusades. Hold on. We must stop the crusades. People are dying. They're dying. Vote. The people are dying. They're dying. Vote me into the presidency, and I'll have that war ended on day one. It sounds like Trump. What did I use to make the Southern Belle voice? Oh, that's a secret. That's a secret. I made deals with some dark powers on that day. No, I'm kidding. It was just a simple voice editing software. That's all. All right, let's go ahead and go to the scene 2. I think that's it. Okay, and transition. All right, make sure that we're all working. We should be good. I think. Let me test it real quick. I'm going to play something. We're just going to test this real quick. I'll go to Spotify. This will be easier. Let's go to... Where's Spotify? Do I not have it up there? That's crazy. Swedish Media Services. I would never expect... Wait, I don't have Spotify on the computer anymore? Bro, did we get rid of Spotify?
I never downloaded it on that computer.
That explains it. All right, well, then we'll do it. We'll do it on YouTube. Let's see. Let's do a Havoc video. It's easy enough.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Welcome to a new video. Mixed characters today. So, you know, we're just chilling today because we've got a busy day tomorrow, guys. We've got the Warriors Den tomorrow.
Looks good.
Revealing the new hero skin. Or hero skins.
Adjusting.
You know. Who knows? So that's tomorrow. I might...
Okay. I think that worked. Raven Twink era? Oh, because I had to play a chick? No, what happened there was I was in a play for Sleeping Beauty. And I was an understudy, which meant that I had to memorize the play, but I didn't have a part. But I would fill in for anyone who fell out. Well, the girl who was going to play Sleeping Beauty dropped out. I think she got sick with mono or something, and she was just out of school for days, man. And I was small enough, and I could throw my voice high enough that I could do it. So they had me do it. I didn't want to do it. I was like, no way. This sounds really stupid. I don't want to play a girl, but needs must, and so I did it. That was why. Hey, Nathan. Hope you're doing well. I was just explaining why I had to play Sleeping Beauty back in the day. I guess Hannah's not joining us. Oh, well. I'm a little sad, but I sent her the link. You know? Oh, well. Right. So, Raven, did you sing with the girl voice, too? Did I sing with a girl voice when I was playing Sleeping Beauty? Yeah, I had to. That was not fun. Raven drew the short straw and gave Hannah the inspiration for millions of female Raven drawings. Yeah, essentially. That was what inspired her. All right, let's see how close we are. Oh, yeah, I forgot. We got to shoot. Shoot. There we go. All right. We're going to make sure that the audio is good first. We're going to make sure that the audio is good first. I want to make sure that you guys can see it. Whoa, Raptor's got 124 watching? Oh, dude. I'm a little jelly. I'm a little jelly. I've got 119, though, so we're not too far behind him. But Raptor's awesome, though, so he kind of deserves it, man. It's like I said, I'm just too old for this. I'm getting too old for this. I'm getting too old for this lock. Raven is best girl. I changed my mind. Rajin been a long time, Raven. Hey, Rajin. I'm doing okay. Millions must draw Raven as a girl. Hannah is the only one who has, and Jay and Hannah are the only two who have. Raven Knight is For Honor your first fighting game. It's not my first. It's the only one I'm decent at. And here I thought the Raven elbow lick made Raven a girl. If you combine the elbow lick story and the Sleeping Beauty story, that's what gave Hannah the inspiration. I mean, I had to play a drunkard in a variant rendition of Footloose in high school. Hey, that took skill. That took skill. All right, okay. While we're here, can you guys hear the stream fine and hear me fine, or is one too loud? Making sure that we're all good. If I ever get a point at pixel art, I know what must be done. Raymond, I'm a year older than you, so you saying that you're old is saying that I'm old. Well, no, when I say I'm too old for this, I'm saying, like, I gotta be younger to be in with the in crowd, you know what I mean? All good? All right. Loud and clear on both. We're good then. All right, then in that case, I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. And we're gonna rock and roll, Scooby-Doo. Like Scoob, it's about to get real. Trump. I am a fan of the Raven Knight. Good man, really understand it. He always has a way with the ladies, much like myself. And Elon, total babe magnets. Choosing honesty and hard work is a real American. That's the American dream right there. I agree with that. I was teasing it. Nah, no. All right. Raven is a certified UNC. What's UNC? See, I'm too old for this. I don't know what UNC means. Do you know what UNC means? I have no idea what UNC means. Hey, Raven, what do you think of the Swordbreaker dagger? And did you watch Shadiversity testing it? If you did, what do you think about it? I did not watch Shad testing that. I have no opinion on it one way or the other. Raven, I actually had the honor of playing the Black Knight or Monty Python play. Man, some people get all the luck. Here I am having to... I had to play... In middle school, I had to play Sleeping Beauty, but everyone else gets to play Black Knights and stuff like that. This is not fair. Life's not fair. Oh, uncle? It means uncle? Oh. Apparently it means uncle. But doesn't it come with a negative connotation? Yeah, but I feel like it still does in some cases. You're the cool for honor uncle. I hope I'm the cool for honor uncle. I hope I'm not the creepy weird uncle that no one talks about. That's the thing. What do I think about Samurai Jack? I liked it. It was a nice show. Silly, but it was a nice show. You got to play Sleeping Beauty, sure, but hey, as the God Howard once said, who's laughing now? As Todd Howard said, who's laughing? You are. Y'all are still laughing about it. So, I mean, if you want to be honest. Raven is more suitable to play live-action Snow White. Bro got experience. I couldn't play it now, but maybe back when I was in middle school, I could have. I would have rocked that role. Let's go. Raven, your favorite cartoon villain? Favorite cartoon villain. Hades was awesome from Hercules. He just was. Scar was hilarious too. Maleficent had a great design and voice. I had a lot of favorite. Most of them Disney. Yes, it's slightly negative. It depends on context as well. Like, look at trying to square up with a grizzly. Oh, okay. So it can have positive connotation. I just always assumed it was negative. I wish I played the Sleeping Beauty. Yeah, well, as a guy, it was kind of embarrassing. All right, less than 3 minutes, guys. Havoc is live. And just like that, I lost all my viewers right there. They all went to Havoc. Like, oh, Havoc's like, okay, let's go. Oh, turn off the... I don't need that on. The music is a wee bit too loud. Oh, okay. Wextra's streaming now. Yep. Everybody's going to them now. Calling it. All right, we're going to lower that just a little bit. See if that helps. But yeah, so Havoc and Wextra and Raptor Rex are all streaming this, so go check out the cool ones. Go check out the cool streamers. I'll be here. I'll be here with my can of beans. One day I'll be cool. No, I'm not trying to be mean to any of them. No, if y'all honestly would rather watch them, please do. They are awesome content creators. They deserve your love. They deserve the attention. I just know that I'm competing with a group of goats. That's what's happening. I'm competing with the best, and the best will always win out. I have a can of beans. That's a joke I remember, because I remember Patrick Sates, the voice actor who plays Frankie in One Piece. He was saying that he knew he was going to play Frankie for a long time, and he was really excited to play the character. So every day he'd come and say, "Is today the day I play Frankie? Do I get to play Frankie today?" Like, no, he's not on yet. And so he made a joke. I'm just sitting in my apartment with my can of beans, going, "One day I'll play Frankie. One day I'll play Frankie." And I just always thought that was funny. Favorite For Honor character? Probably Warden. Warden is just awesome to me, but I also like Lawbringer. Just for the design alone, I love Lawbringer. What are you talking about? You're the best. That means a lot to me, Chungus, but I don't want to be braggadocious. $20 from Argus Wolfbane. Havoc doesn't have spruce bark beetles. Spruce bark beetles, son of a bitch! No, I'm glad he doesn't have them. I'm glad he doesn't have them, because no one deserves to have those. Screw spruce bark beetles. But I'll give you a heart for the $20. Thanks, man. Appreciate the $20. Means a lot. Means a lot to me. Are you going to play Marathon? What's Marathon? Have a piece of steak to go with your beans, Raven. I want some steak. Let's go. Maybe say hi to them. It's a little late for that. We've got less than a minute before things start, so just wish them well for me. If you guys are leaving to go to their chat, let them know that I said hi. It's a little late for that now. Besides, I don't want to look desperate. I don't want to be one of those guys who possibly pops in and goes, "Hey guys, remember me?" And then they just go, "Oh, it's that Raven guy. God damn." Like, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that loser. We all know you as a story guy, Raven. Your legends are legendary. I appreciate that, but most people don't come to For Honor for my legends or for the stories. They come for the gameplay, and that's what Havoc, Wextra, Raptor, and all of them give. So I'm just here I'm just here doing my own thing. I am. All right, we get this cool opening. Would you consider interviewing My Wife Hates Me Gaming in the future? We are now wanting it, not gonna lie. I mean, yeah, if he's up for it, I'd love to. Marathon is a Bungie FPS game that will release this year. Oh, then probably not. I'm not good at first-person shooters. All right, Ascend, title update 2 reveal.
What's up, Warriors?
Hey, JC in the chair already.
JC, how are you?
I'm absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely fantastic.
Legion of fans as usual.
I know you.
GC Army, as I call them now, because I've decided that's the name.
That's a good army.
That's what it's going to be. Yeah.
The JC Army.
It totally works. They follow me.
Okay.
everywhere.
Dude, I want to sign up. Where can I sign up?
I'll get you.
Thank you. Give me a sheet for that. That's great. So that's amazing. Well, JC, welcome everybody out there again. This is the second Warriors Den of Year 9, and we're so excited today. We have a lot to talk about. But look, before we can get into all the excitement and stuff and all the good stuff here, we got to talk about Twitch drops. You know, we're really into these things, especially me.
Yeah, I just saw you going through your phone and.
It's true. Yeah, I got to make sure. I got to get my drops.
Yep.
Got to get my drops. My phone's getting drops. Anyway, so folks, listen. All right, go in. Make sure before we get any further, you go into your. Twitch
Are they too
account,
quiet?
link your Twitch account to
Guys, can y'all hear them? Let me know.
For every 30 minutes you're with us today, you're going to get a scavenger crate. And at the
Okay, I need to increase their volume. Okay, can do.
Either 100k steel or the new hero skin. Ooh, and trust me, this is one you don't want to miss.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be epic. So
That any better?
on top
Is
of
that
that,
any better?
today we got a lot to go over. We've got the details segment coming up where we're going to talk about the hero skin, a returning game mode event. We're going to take a deep dive even further into that hero skin, which is great. We have an animation deep dive. I don't know how deep we're going here, but it's
Really
like
deep.
it's really deep at this point.
Like there's like and you just
Okay.
jump in.
Just keep going, yeah.
Keeps going forever.
Just keeps going. All right, we're in the trenches now.
Yeah.
All right.
But the animation deep dive is going to be awesome. See some behind the scenes. We got some patch notes and community corner.
Can
at
you
the end
guys
of
hear
the
me
day.
too? Am I still
yeah, lot to go over
audible?
here? But what else do we got, JC?
Yeah. So we have another competitive circuit starting up soon. So just normally Anthony's here to talk about these things.
He is.
He's on a epic super secret side quest. I'm filling
Okay.
in for him today.
Yeah.
Also because I wanted to, I wanted to be here. It's great.
That's great.
Yeah, but
We
we
love
have
you,
a
JC.
competitive circuit. Awesome. It's called Triple Threat. So again, like we had before, 4v4 to 2v2 to 1v1 like we had for last year. It's amazing. So Nolan, you have a bit more detail.
By the way, a little off topic, but does
for
JC
sure.
look like
So,
he's
again,
lost
this
some
is gonna
weight?
be absolutely
He looks
epic.
good.
Love that key art, by the way.
Yeah,
the art
looks
is so
amazing.
good. The orange and the blue, such
one
complementary
you wanna be
colors.
there?
Warmonger.
Warmonger. Eh?
Warmonger, I can't play Shao. It's too much for me. So, could definitely play Warmonger though. But all right, folks. So listen up. All right, if you want to dive into this tournament too, again, our deep dives as we go. Signups are open now, so we're going to start off with the 4v4 just like last year. Circuit's going to follow the similar format as friend or foe. So after that, as JC already said, we're going to whittle it down to a 2v2 tournament and finally a 1v1 tournament near the end of the year in Season 4. So this year's circuit, we are also implementing circuit points. So this is new. These points are going to be weighted to revolve around individual performances. So this is the way you get more points as the circuit goes, which is going to be really cool to see as we continue to evolve our competitive scene. So that's great. And they're also weighted in this way to ensure the least amount of ties, because we don't want ties. We need winners, okay?
Bad, right?
That's exactly right. Nobody want to tie for honor. You got to win. You got to.
JC's looking good, guys. He's looking honestly
good.
good.
Got to end these things.
Trying to
So
do the math here. There's like a lot of points.
there's too much math.
But it's awesome. And just to know, right? Remember last year's?
Yeah.
It was so epic.
Oh,
The 1v1 at the end, like what we had, the last part was like
Oh my gosh,
super hype. I cannot wait to see it again. This
Oh, I
year.
know.
It's always so cool to see like amazing players.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. So again, it's always super awesome. But
Ace, they haven't shown yet. We're getting to that. Right now, they're still kind of talking about the tournament.
Every single character is.
Once they get to the hero
you see
skin,
things like
we'll
I've
talk
never
about it.
I know it's.
They're
it's
probably gonna do a
inspiring,
trailer
like,
for
it's
it.
Definitely.
Inspiring to see what you, the folks at home, can like do with our game. We love it so much, so that's great. So, and with all of this, depending on where you finish in the circuit, you as an individual will also be rewarded points, which will be tallied at the end of the circuit to see who truly is the GOAT.
Oh yeah.
The GOAT.
That's me, right?
It's you. But,
Yeah, it's me.
but who after JC?
Okay, yeah, after me.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
see,
second
JC's
GOAT
the
after that. We know
GOAT, but
JC's
we still need Billy Goat's gruff.
And, hey, if that wasn't enough for you, we also have a prize pool that's going to be spread across all 3 tournaments. of a total of $18,500.
$18,500.
No,
That's more
what it
than
was, but this is
that's more than
This is good.
$18,499.
Change right
I would
there,
want that
okay.
money.
You,
I can't get it, but I would want it. But it's
I know.
Hopefully, like people are gonna get it, and it's gonna be awesome.
I know it's good that you probably can't play. You don't want to
Yeah. 'Cause
run away with the whole
I
thing,
would
man.
ruin it for everybody.
You would. So that's good. But if you want all of that, again, signups are open. Check that out. It's going to be a really exciting year for Honor Competitive, and the tournament will begin on June 28th. So you got some time to sign up, but don't wait too long because you got to get in there.
Yeah.
So that's great. So folks, with all that out of the way, stick around because we've got a really cool trailer to share.
All right,
and,
trailer
we
time,
dive into
guys.
some
Trailer
more
time, guys. Here we go.
after this. So
Here we go.
dive.
Die. Let's go. Show me the trailer. What the hell? Is that Aramusha? Without a helmet? Bro! What?
Most people think time is like a river that flows swift and sure in one direction. But they're wrong. Time is an ocean in a storm. Those who have the will to change their fate will be put to the test.
Okay.
It is time, warrior. Seize the power. Unleash your destiny and become a legend.
Wow, okay. Okay! Blades of Persia event is back. Blades of Persia event is back. That is cool. Yeah, I was expecting an Assassin's Creed crossover, but no,
welcome
Prince
back,
of Persia.
Warriors. What an epic trailer that
Right?
was. That was
Amazing.
awesome.
Absolutely amazing.
Oh, man.
This game one event was super awesome.
It's-
We played it the first time. I can't wait to play.
I know it's so much fun, and even Jason, I'm wearing my
Yeah.
from the first time.
And also, you
So
might
good.
notice, like you have the dagger there. There's like another little strange dagger. It
Where did
looks-
this come from?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh, it's so pretty.
I could not see it before, but now I can see
I
it.
know.
And it's glorious.
It is good, folks.
I've
Yes,
seen
That's
better.
right. We have the actual dagger of time.
So that's why we can't touch it.
That's
'cause
why we
if-
can't
if
touch
you
it,
touch it,
no.
you rewind,
We're
and
gonna
it just goes back to the beginning, so it doesn't really work.
But it's really pretty, so
Yep.
that's cool.
Isn't it?
So JC, what do we got to talk about?
Right, so we're gonna start with our seasonal roadmap.
Yes, of course.
So we are going to finish Title Update 1, which is going to end today, actually.
Yep.
And then tomorrow we have Title Update 2 launching. So amazing stuff. So we have the Warrior Prince Hero Skin launching tomorrow, April 24th. We have the Blades of Persia Throwback Event, Chapter 1 launching tomorrow, April 24th as well. And we have 3 Hero Fest, so Nusha on May 15th, Warmonger on May 22nd, and Pirate on June 5th. Like 3 amazing Hero Fests.
Nice.
And then
Okay.
last but not least, we have the Chimera Banquet Throwback Event on May 29th.
The Chimera
That's
Banquet's
the last
coming back?
1 week.
Really?
Super cool.
So Chimera's
So, yeah,
actually
we
going to
got
have
a lot
shit
of
to
fun
do?
stuff, planned for you all for this title update, so that's really
Chimera
great.
finally getting the moment.
But we're going to get into the spirit now of Prince of Persia as we're doing this big throwback event. And, we
Hey,
want
how you
it
doing,
to
IDK?
be- And especially this title update to be a celebration of the brand. So, folks, bear with me. Come in a little closer. Let's have a little story time. Story time with Nolan here as we bring you up to speed here. So, once upon a time, there was a prince from a distant land who wanted to escape death at all costs.
Okay.
One day, he arrived
Whoa,
in a
what?
secluded harbor
That's
and
awesome.
clashed with mighty warriors. The prince had to use his mystical dagger to change his destiny and survive. Yet, meddling with time would have dark consequences for his stranded soul. That's right. I almost did it for the length of that. Close.
It's good. But even then, it looks amazing.
You should have hired me to do
I
that.
mean, like, So there's that whole story, right? And then we have the hero skin that comes out that looks really, really cool.
Yes.
We don't want to spoil too much about it because we have a nice segment afterwards with a new guest to the Warriors Den.
Ooh, nice.
So where you'll get to get all the details about the hero skin. But you'll notice that like the hero skin is a little bit different. It's from Warrior Within, and the game mode event is really like it's from Sands of Time. So it's really a big, like you mentioned, it's a big celebration of the Prince of Persia brand. We're super psyched to do this with them. And again, like we played this event before, so it's a throwback, but it was super popular, so I can't wait for people to try it. The hero skin on Aramusha looks absolutely insane.
Yeah.
So that's great. Super excited. It's a nice big medley, you know, both games. It's super
Yeah, no, for sure. We got a lot to celebrate there with that. So, and folks too, if you're excited about this skin too, well, it's going to be live, available tomorrow with the launch of the title update.
All right, let's get a look at this hero skin.
USD, or in game for steel for 31,250 steel. Again, it's absolutely epic. It looks incredible. We're very excited for that. Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's totally awesome.
It's a good looking skin. Good looking skin.
It does
right
look
there.
good. It
And
looks
as
great.
JC mentioned, starting tomorrow with the launch of the title update, Ruler of Time Chapter 1 will be going for the first week, and then Wraith of Time Chapter 2 will be starting on May 1st and will run for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Again, this is a throwback, as we said. It was such a fun mode, and we know probably a lot of people out there maybe didn't get a chance to check it out. That's why we're bringing it back. So, JC, do you want to like remind folks at home? Like, what do you do?
Of course, that's why I'm here, right? So basically, the way it is, it's a normal Dominion game with a bit of a twist, right? So you play in Harbor. It's kind of cool. There's like cool realization on the map there. It looks super awesome with like the minions and everything. And so as you play, right, you do normal Dominion stuff, and then once in a while, like we're going to be seeing really shortly, there's going to be like a little bit of something happening on the boat in the harbor. Right?
Okay.
A little bit of a tornado, and then, oops, the prince appears. So when the prince comes in, right, he's going to run around the map. He's going to try to kill, like he attacks everybody. He has his own set of feats. So it's really unique. It's like a big disruptor in the game mode, right?
Yeah.
When a team kills him, you get 150 points towards your team, towards the game. That's really awesome. It works really well. And like the prince has a bunch of different things that can happen. Like they has their feet, their stuff, and when you win, that's kind of cool. So then when you get into chapter 2, the realization changes. Right? It's now nighttime.
Yeah.
And the interesting twist that we have on chapter 2 is that the prince comes again, but it's the Dark Prince, still from Sands of Time, right? That acts a bit like the prince in the first chapter, where you're gonna run around, this sort of stuff. The sand is more like it's more blackish, as we can see. So as he comes in, again has his feet, all that sort of good stuff. So it's super interesting, really a big disruptor in the game. And again, you can kill him. But the difference when you manage to kill him in this game mode is that he is going to drop the Dagger of Time. Okay? So in the first chapter he doesn't, but in this chapter he does. And when he does drop the Dagger of Time, any player can pick it up. And when you pick up the Dagger of Time, you essentially kind of transform a little bit into the Dark Prince, and you gain the Dark Prince's feats. So there's 4 feats. The first feat is a feat where you can kind of teleport to an enemy, and you punch them, and it kind of slows down time a little bit. And as that happens, you can kind of get a hit or two in. You know, it's kind of interesting. The second feat that the prince has that you also gain access to is a rewind time. So basically, the way it works is every time you die, or the prince would die, the time rewinds to just before you died. It works on ledges, so even if you ledge him, right, where you sit here, even if you ledge the prince, or if you get ledge yourself, you come back to full life, so it's super interesting there.
Nice.
Feat 3 is a time slow, as we see right now. So the time kind of slows for your opponents. You can get a couple of hits free again. Kind of interesting as a tier 3. And then as a tier 4, big AoE spawn, like all those big spikes from the ground. It all works really, really well. It's super interesting.
Nice.
Now, once the prince respawns at certain intervals into this game mode, you lose the Dagger of Time. So whoever has the Dagger of Time loses it. If it's not picked up by anybody, it kind of vanishes, and the prince comes back. If you die while you're holding the Dagger of Time, you drop it, and then other players can pick it up. So there's a big incentive to, you're super powerful when you have it, but then you got to watch out for other players. They're going to try to come and gank you to get the dagger, and then get that bigger stuff. So that's the game mode in a nutshell. 2 chapters, super interesting. Like, it runs for 3 weeks, so I can't wait to see more of it and see players play it again. So as you see, they're really Prince of Persia inspired, more typical enemies that you would find in the game. So that's what you have as minions in the game mode. Super good. Again, I can't wait for people to play it, and it's super great. So I think we have an event pass as well, right?
That's right. Yeah. So again, as we said, if you weren't around to play this for the first time, or you maybe didn't finish it, loot and all the fun stuff. We have a lot of like unique loot to this mode that you now get a chance to earn once again. So the first thing is the battle outfit. We have Kylena's disciple here.
Yeah, I
which is
remember
a
this
very
outfit.
cool,
Looks
like
good.
green
Looks good.
and like sandstone. Color scheme with cool like hourglass motifs in the symbols. That's great. We have a mood effect too, the Sabulous Times, which I got to remember it means sandy or gritty. So
Yeah.
it's sandy times, which makes a lot of sense for.
It's the
kind of
word
where
of the
we're
day,
at.
right? To kind of
It is, yes. Sand, sandy, gritty.
You didn't know what
We
fabulous
love,
means?
we love sand, or we hate sand because it gets everywhere. It's fine. And we have an ornament too. You can loot the Hourglass of Persia, which is very cool. And this has all been, again, retrofit for all of our new heroes who weren't around during that mode. So, yeah, lots of fun stuff to loot, lots of fun stuff to experience and play with this like really epic throwback event. So we're very excited for that. So
play it like people worked really
All right,
hard
later,
on it when
Ice.
we
Have
did
a
it
good
the
one, man.
first time, and it's amazing. Lots of fun, lots of chaotic elements that are happening.
Yeah.
The prince running around trying to kill everybody feels super cool. So really, play it, have fun.
Yeah.
It's a nice distraction too. Like it kind of changes things around a little bit.
oh yeah, you can just be super overpowered too with that deck.
Oh
it's,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
ridiculous.
It's so much fun.
So that's great. Well, thank you so much, JC, for helping for the refresher on the mode. It's looking amazing. So,
Definitely.
yeah. So we hope you're all excited for that. But stick around because, as promised, in our next segment, we're going to take a deeper dive. Again, we're diving down
Super deep.
super deep. We're going deeper. We're going to talk about the Warrior Prince hero skin itself. So don't go anywhere. And in the meantime, we are going to roll a bit of a video here so you can check out all the cool event like loot, the weapons.
Yeah, they're amazing, right?
Yep.
All right.
Like I remember when this.
Let's take a look at this.
Yeah.
Went crazy. They look so perfect.
Yeah, so you got some new weapons to loot, so it's going to be really fun. So check that out, and don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mercy. Bye. Man, that's a little sad, and everyone just quit when they weren't interested in the event. But it's proof of my biggest concern. Oh well. Well, guys, while they're rolling over the new weapons coming for this event, I'm kind of excited. I think it's going to be neat. I remember this game mode a couple of years ago. It was very fun. I enjoyed the game mode, and I did enjoy the Prince of Persia event. It was fun. I'll definitely play it some on stream and show you guys what's going on with that once it comes out. It comes out Thursday, so really interested in that. I think the Aramusha hero skin looks good. I don't like that it's a callback, kind of like what they did with Ezio and Peacekeeper, but at the same time, I do like the look. It is a cool look, and I'm not averse to it. I think it looks nice. Honestly, I think that it'll be kind of neat to see how they play it out and what animations they adjust with it. So I'm into that. Do I wish that they'd done something a bit different? Yeah, but at the same time, I understand why they're doing this. So I'm behind it. I'm okay with it. I think the game mode is going to be fun. I remember how fun it was last time. I like all these weapon skins. These weapon skins look really, really tight. So I'm excited to get hold of these as we play through. You got to play the game, though, to get it. And so, yeah, I think it'll be fun. I think it's going to be a fun, action-packed For Honor series. And I'm not expecting this title update 2 to bring a whole lot new, because this is just kind of a throwback event, so I'm kind of expecting that. But you know what? Sometimes you need to have that little bit of fun. That's right. What I don't get is where are the new hero weapons? Like, I didn't see a Sohei weapon over there. Where was the Sohei weapon? Did they forget to add those? Or are they going to show those in just a second? I guess the new heroes don't get new weapons. That's a little sad. I guess the new heroes don't get new weapons this time around. Okay. Oh, maybe now we're getting them. Oh, they made new custom ones entirely. So brand new. Oh, I spoke too soon. Let's take a look at these. Okay. All right. I like the flower pattern. Oh god, the Lawbringer one looks awful. That one looks bad. That actually doesn't look good at all. I like the pattern. That's nice. did they change the pattern on the Viking material, or is it the same pattern? No, it looks different. Yeah, it looks different. It looks like they changed the pattern on the Viking material. And it does look like Varingian got one, so that means all the new characters are getting one. I actually like the Valkyrie Spear. Yeah, the Warlord Sword isn't good, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of Warlord's weapons overall. Looks like they changed the pattern for the same one too. Yep, so hey, got it changed. Good, good, good. Actually might use that so hey one. Looks good. The Wulin stuff looks pretty good. I like the Wulin design. I love the patterns that they put on it. The gold over black pattern. The old weapons are cooler. I agree, but at least they're giving us something. At least they're trying to give us something rather than just say, hey, here's the old stuff. All right. Are we not getting the other ones? We're getting both sets. We're getting both sets. All right, let's take a look at this hero skin. I want to deep dive into this hero skin. I want to hear the lore because, you know, that's my area.
Oh, welcome back, Warriors, once again. We hope you enjoyed those cool weapons. I forgot to mention that, yeah, we have the throwback to the Prince of Persia weapons, but we have a brand new weapon set for the entire roster, too. So we hope you caught on that with the intro videos. But if you missed any of that, you can go back and rewatch this after the fact. But got a lot of new weapon skins for everybody, so it's very cool. But we are here now to discuss the Warrior Prince hero skin, and who better to do that than joining me on the couch is Alex. Alex, welcome back.
Yeah, great to be back.
Good. Yeah. It's been a I forgot how long, but like
7 weeks.
7 weeks. Yeah. It's been feels like longer. I don't know why. So gonna move on from that. So anyways, but welcome back, Alex. Appreciate that. And join us on the couch today, a new face, Anik. Welcome.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Well, thank you. Yourself?
I'm doing great.
She does not look happy to be
It's
here.
awesome. Yes, rehearsals.
She looks
All
really
right.
nervous.
No, it's great. Thank you so much again for being here and coming on the show. Do you want to tell the players out there what is it you do on For Honor?
Sure. So I'm a 3D character artist specializing in textures. And I mainly paint armor sets for characters and occasionally weapons. So.
Awesome. So, and I'm assuming you had just a little something to do with the Prince hero skin, too.
Yeah, so I painted the skin for the prince. So
Awesome. Cool. So very excited for that. So now, as we said, we really wanted players to be able to kind of like live out the fantasy, play as the prince from Warrior Within. So it's really cool, and we know that a lot of work goes into that. So Anik, would you be so kind as to kind of take us through your process when it comes to like developing a skin like this?
Okay.
Sure. So the first step is always to build a reference board. So I like to put the original concept art up there, and also some game screenshots, and of course a lot of real-world references, so that way I can try and get the most realistic look as possible. After that, I normally work with a blockout. So for the blockout, it will be very simple colors, just to give a general idea, sort of like a sketch. And so that will be for color placement, material placement. And then once that's approved, the next step is to actually put the materials on, and yeah, just refining it until we get to the final product.
Wow, very cool. Yeah, that was again. It's always neat to see like the process and kind of what goes into that. I mean, you mentioned like a blockout too. Like, what exactly is that process for you?
Yeah, so it's basically like a sketch, and just placing some very simple colors, and a little bit of shadowing, just to give this general idea, so to not to spend too much time on these different variations. And then once we're happy with the way it looks, then I can move on to details.
Nice, awesome. And again, like the texture passes on this look like amazing.
Yeah, the textures
so
look
it's
really good.
Really
I
cool.
really love the way
and
it
you had
looks
to
like
kind
it'd
of
be
work with some
rugged to
new
wear.
materials for the skin too.
The texture looks
Yeah,
great.
so I made
not a
a
fan of the
new
midriff
leather
look.
texture for this. I really wanted to give him this roughed up, sort of dry, sandy look. So I
There it is
added a
again,
bunch
sandy.
of yes,
Sandy
lots
boy.
of sand
Ah,
on this one.
yes.
So yeah,
I
I
like how
wanted
worn the
to
armor
give
looks,
him
too.
this rougher look, lots of sand, lots of cracks in the leather. The cloth is also very worn.
I don't like the way
Made
the
a new
armor
material
is
for
latched on.
the edge damage on the cloth for that. So there was a lot of hand
hook
painting
latch
to
isn't
try
the
and
good
get
one?
those edges look. As
You had to
realistic
get
as
a zoom in on
possible,
his
so
ass.
very
Let's be honest. You
frayed,
couldn't help yourself.
and torn up. So yeah, those were the two new materials for that.
No, the detail on that is really fantastic.
Yeah, very cool. And there's
Yeah. So the sand. Speaking of that, the special effect on this is some magic sand, and you made that as well. How did you
Yeah.
make that?
So for the effects on this, basically it's a lot of UV manipulations. So UVs are basically a set of 2D coordinates that corresponds to 3D points on the 3D model. So this allows texturing, so the paint to appear in the correct spots onto the model. So the way the effects works is that, so I have this this sand texture that will constantly scroll onto that set of 2D coordinates. So I need a second set of UVs, and with manipulating the size of these, how they're cut and how they're placed, that will change the direction and the size of this effect.
Nice.
And then the final step to that was to add a control mask, so that will allow the effect to show or not show in certain places. So I use that to blend all of these different cuts on the pieces for the 2D coordinates, so that it all looks like it's nicely
okay. I was
melting
curious.
together
Now I
and,
see it. Now I see it.
following
Wow.
the folds of the cloth.
Oh, that's really cool, and it's really highly customizable too, right?
Yeah, so the players will be able to choose the color and the intensity of the sand effect, so they can choose if they want it to appear very brightly or not. So yeah, and that will be independently customizable compared to the other parts. So they'll have full control on that.
nice.
Amazing.
That's
Yeah.
sick. I like that. That's
Yeah,
really
super
cool.
Again,
I'd
like
never noticed
the
that.
end product here is absolutely incredible. Like it looks so good. Like to just see kind of this warrior within brought to life in the world of For Honor. Just an amazing like transposition here onto like the Aramusha, who just really fits well with his like kind of weapons and his style. And even the weapons, like who worked on
Yeah,
those?
the team in Chengdu created the weapons
Nice.
for the skin.
Very cool. So
Yeah, based off of weapons that are in Prince of Persia as well.
nice.
Yeah, just a little bit longer.
Just a little longer. Just
Yeah.
a little longer. Nice. Yeah, to fit that design. Yeah, absolutely great. Well, again, he's looking amazing. Weapons look great. The skin, the sand effects, super sandy boy. We love it.
Is there lore to him,
It's
though? Will
awesome.
they add
Like, thank
lore?
you so much, Anik, for talking about that. Is there any shout outs you want to give to the other people on the team?
Yeah, so Seb, of course, who made the amazing model, and our rigging and tech guys, Matthew and David, they helped me a lot with the effects, and since this was something new for me. and other technical aspects, of course. So thanks, guys.
Nice. Awesome.
Very well done.
Cool. Yeah, and Alex, on your side, any other?
Yeah, well, thanks to the whole character team, as always, and the team editing too.
Amazing stuff. Yes, absolutely. It's always a team effort for this kind of stuff, and we couldn't do it without everybody working, back in the office, behind the scenes on this, and so it's really great to be able to see this step-by-step process, the behind the scenes on all that. Just the
Since
amount
he's
of
an
work that goes
existing
into
character,
that, I
he
think is
probably won't
amazing,
have any
and,
lore,
again,
so
the
there's probably
results
not a lot for
absolutely
me to
speak for
talk about there.
themselves. So, great job. Thank you, and thank you for being with us, Anik, and we hope you enjoyed your time with us today.
I did, thanks.
Oh, awesome. So and thank you, Alex, as well. So, folks, don't go anywhere because, again, as we mentioned, we're going to continue to dive deeper down into this Marianas Trench of information for the Prince of Persia content here. So we're going to be talking about some animations that also went into some of the new assets that are coming tomorrow with the season, so with the title update. So don't go anywhere because we're bringing back Vanessa and Michelle right after this.
All right. Cool. All right, so my thoughts. I actually like it. I know that there are a lot of people in the... oh, that's why I'm angry. Okay. I actually like it. I think that it's a cool hero skin design. I would have liked it if they added a lore hero, like the character that exists within the world of For Honor. I would prefer it if they did that. Because to me, that would just make it a lot better. But let me put it this way. At least it's not... At least it is a character that makes sense to be here. Like, they could have grabbed Master Chief. Like, everyone's worried about For Honor going the direction of Fortnite by adding hero skins or Call of Duty by adding skins. So far, the only two that have been pop culture related, I think, are Ezio and this. And if I had to pick pop culture skins to add, these two make some degree of sense. I'm not against them being in the game. I would prefer they not. I would prefer they make original hero skins rather than these. But for what we got, it actually looks good. They clearly put time and effort into it. They put energy and time into making it, which I have to respect. And it honestly does look good. I think it honestly looks really good. So I'm not going to lose my shit over it. I'm not going to be upset over it. I think it looks decent. I can understand why some people would be upset. I can understand why some people wouldn't like it. I get it. I totally understand. And you have to. I respect that. But I'm not going to lose my shit over it because I don't think it is that big of a deal. We all knew that this season was going to be a throwback event. We all knew that it was either going to be the Assassin's Creed event or something else. And so odds were really good that the hero skin was going to be part of that throwback. People were saying it was going to be an Assassin's Creed throwback and we were going to get a Naue hero skin or a Yasuke hero skin. So we would have pretty much gotten the exact same thing regardless. So, in my opinion, between getting Naue or Yasuke, getting this feels a lot better to me. I would rather get this than just a Naue or Yasuke skin, if I'm being honest. So I will take this over those other options. That is my position. That's what I say. Hair in a bun. No, I'm not a fan of the man bun. No, I've never been a fan of the man bun. I think it would have been better. Musho probably is a little bit easier because they don't need to change the voice. Hot Tunes will win.
Well, welcome back, Warriors, once again. Hello, we are here to discuss some
What is
animations
with
again.
the
We're diving, we're getting
glasses?
deeper, and who better to talk about animations than these two amazing people on the couch? We have the queen of all animations herself, Vanessa's back on the couch. with us.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Hello. It's been a while, I feel like.
Has it?
I don't know.
I don't know. Apparently, like Alex was only 7 weeks, but
I know.
I've lost track of all time. It's like, is it still March?
We're in rewind time,
We
that's
are.
why.
It's absolutely that. And Michelle, like, welcome back as well. It's been a bit.
Thank you.
Cool. How are you both doing today?
Great.
Fine.
Nice.
You?
I'm doing good too.
Can I be on the
That's good.
couch?
This is
Can
great.
you invite me to the couch? I want to
So
talk
that's
stuff.
Awesome. We're so polite. I love it. But folks, look, we got some cool stuff to share today because on top of bringing back the throwback event, we also produced a handful of new assets for your enjoyment there as players. So we're gonna dive into it and kind of do a bit more info on these new assets to celebrate the Prince of Persia event.
Yes.
So as a reminder, this is going to be available from April 24th through May 15th, and the first one we're going to look at is the execution.
Yeah.
One. So here it comes.
All right, rewind time.
So that's a brand new execution. That's
Whoa!
Look at that. Rewind time.
What? Oh my! Okay, I'm getting that shit. That is such a good execution.
That's
That is
very
such
cool.
a good
I like that one.
execution.
I like that a lot.
Oh my god, that is
Yeah,
so
we
awesome.
wanted to do a rewind because it's a fake rewind, but
Yeah.
still a rewind in the animation. So
Dude,
yeah,
I
we
love
had this
that.
idea to do that, and we wanted to
Yeah.
bring it to the top.
Perfect,
It's
iconic
perfect.
move.
Iconic. Yeah, and we brought some
got some behind the scenes
video. Look at that.
Look, the actors were so
Oh my God.
enthusiastic to shoot like the rewind themselves. Like they wanted to shoot it and shoot it and rewind and do the kill after. Like they were so into it.
Yeah.
They
We could
even-
have done it in the software the animation software. We could have just rewind it like we do have tools for that, but they're like no,
We
we're
told it.
gonna and so they did it like a million
That
times.
is
just to
such a
nail
good
the correct
execution,
accuracy.
guys. I swear, and I love this.
I was gonna ask how you make them actually rewind there, but it's them.
They even like add the in Ace Ventura, like when he does the football scene, he
Yeah.
does the voice in rewind as well.
Yeah.
I like how they yell "fuck you" as
man.
they're doing it.
They were too enthusiastic. Like we kind of like let them be, and like they came up with something really nice.
I love our mocap cats. They're amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. So so what are the next steps for it here?
This is the raw data that you're gonna see. So this is the actual mocap that we get. So we put it in the motion builder, the animation software that we use, and you can see like the whole motion, like not work, like the props is not even there, but you can see how. See, it's a little bit like slower, so we had to like oomph that up a little bit.
Yeah.
It was a long one. It was tough to find the beats that we wanted to keep, but that's what we receive most of the time. That the data is pretty clean, but we need to gamify it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That totally makes sense. And then the final product, of course.
I mean, the VFX pass on this is incredible. You can see the blood stuck in time and going back. Chris did an amazing job on this.
Yeah.
And sound as well. Sound is doing the
I like
great
that,
job too.
dude.
So
I love
honestly,
that.
You have the dagger, no?
That's right.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
don't we have an?
I brought the dagger. Forgot.
I was
This
gonna say,
is the
like-
dagger that we use.
So we have this dagger, which is a lot more.
It's the real one.
But we
but
probably
this
don't
is
want
the
to
one
take
I
this
will
one
use.
to performance with
Yeah,
us.
no, this one is the use. Don't touch this. You're gonna rewind the whole show
Okay.
if you do that.
I'm gonna have to do it all again. No.
But yeah, no, this is the
I get more
dagger that we
Twitch
use.
drops that way. So oh, man. No.
Anyway, I'm gonna put it here.
Infinite deep diving.
There you
So
go.
that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, so like, cause again, obviously when they're at the studio working, we try to give them approximates of like the
Yeah.
weapons and things. So that's really neat. So, very cool. So again, folks, like again, this execution, it's really cool. Like, it's great to do a nice new throwback to the Prince of Persia brand. And again, this one's going to be available limited time, so from May 1st through May 15th. So that is really cool. We also have another asset we want to show. It's a new emote, the time manipulator.
Yeah. So this one is pretty straightforward. You have the emote. So it's fun for us to do to create assets inspired from that brand, and we were really much inspired. So an execution, an emote, and maybe a signature as well.
Oh, that's right. We also have a signature
Saw it
to
a little
show
bit.
off. We did see it a little
me
bit
see the
earlier.
signature.
The weightless respite as well.
Yeah, this is inspired from. Did you work on that one? The
I did work on the game 20 years ago. Thank you
What?
to tell people
Oh my
how
gosh.
old I am. It's not this animation. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
that's
so-
but that was the inspiration behind it.
yes, exactly. Yeah, so like you said, we celebrated the brand, so we inspire ourselves from different Prince of Persia games. So.
Cool. So when you wanted to do like a signature with like again characters flying like that, like how do you go about making them fly? Like Michelle, like is this
Don't have the
just
best.
a talent you got? Like
Don't have the best stunts. They can't fly.
They can
No,
fly.
We have actually.
I know.
ridiculous.
I know.
Ridiculous.
So yeah.
So
No.
how do we do that?
So you might think that we might pull up cable and all of that. This is a possibility, but we were trying. You can see here, this is not actual, like it's footage from behind the scene that we were trying to figure out how to make it work. So we're just talking and using like those props to you know to mesh together an action that could work. So we shoot in different action, like different kind of motion. And you can see when we're gonna shot it, like we do have two actors that do the motion, so it give us more variation in case we need them when we work the
That's
animation.
clever. It's almost like
Different thing.
We needed the floating.
it's
the
almost like
landing,
stop
the
motion
picking
where you
up,
have
so
to
we
take
wanted
different
to separate those.
scenes
Those
and
three beats were really important.
like different pieces of movement and then
You're gonna see in game
paste them
Yeah.
together.
in motion builder.
That's
Did a
kind of
little,
cool.
Deep dive of the way we
Gotta go deeper,
we
so.
take the data.
Deeper still. There we go.
So yeah, it's just a fast forward like whip. tackle scene. So
okay.
like we cut the clips into chunks, and then I rotated the floating to feel that it's like on the right direction.
That is cool.
Then wanted to keep the landing strong. So what needed to be added is like those key poses during the landing. So it's that's the way we do our animations. Like we do like a little bit of a scotch tape type of assembly.
That's so neat. I
Trust
like
the
that. I
software.
like
We-
that. That's so neat.
Then we gamify it, like I said. It's really easy when you know you shoot the data correctly. So once you have the data and you know how you're gonna work on it, it's pretty simple and straightforward. It's just you need to do it. You need to make it look awesome, and yeah, that's the
The
final
final,
version.
final result here.
yeah.
Nice.
There you go.
Well, very cool. And that one too, folks at home, that one's going to be available limited time as well, starting on the chapter 2, so May 8th through the 15th. So you can pick that one up
That's
as well.
awesome.
Looks really cool.
I can get behind that.
On top of that, folks, like as we said, you know, this is a throwback event. So we also wanted to bring back not just like the event, like weapons and like outfits and stuff as last time, but if you remember, we had a very first Prince of Persia inspired execution back with this event. So we've brought this back and we've retrofitted this for all the missing heroes who don't have it. So now you can pick it up for everybody. And that one is also
This one is
super
cool.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, the agility, like the hopping over, like the
Yeah.
parkour, like so all that's really
Yeah.
really present on that one too. So that's coming back as well. So it's good
That's
stuff.
great. Yes.
Well, cool. Well, do you guys have any shout outs you want to give to?
I mean, shout out to the animation team that work on all of that.
I'm gonna shout out the
to Lee,
mocap
shout out
team.
to
Those
Lee as
guys are
well.
Gs.
Of course, VFX team, sound team
The
as well.
mocap crew, always fun to be with them. Like the stunts, Raymond, everybody behind the scene, like always fun to be at mocap. It's love the team.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an amazing team to work with over there. So yeah, both internally, externally, we've got such a great team. I love it. I love the team.
They do have a good team. For Honor's got a
very
great
cool.
team
Thank
working
you
on
both
that game.
very much for coming in, giving us the sneak peek behind the curtain of like how this is all made, and from mocap to motion builder to this. No, wait. Again, I don't know if I'm going to remember all my lines. Please be mindful. But thank you both very much for coming in. So, folks, we hope you enjoyed that. Stick around, though, because next up, JC is joining me back on the couch, and we're going to talk about some patch notes for the upcoming title update. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. No.
Okay, so I like that. That was really neat seeing how they did that, how they handled the animation. I never really thought about how they did that, and I love the mocap team guys just clearly having a fun time with it. They're really enjoying what they're doing. It's very clear, and just the way they got him to fly, I thought, okay, did they use wires or something? No, and she said we could have, but we decided to do something different, and I like what they did. It was very neat. I was not expecting that, so that was a really cool little spit. Like, I know that some people don't like that stuff. They're like, nah, just get to the stuff we care about. I actually like this stuff. I think it... Oh, excuse me. I feel really tired. Late night. But I really did enjoy... I really enjoy this stuff. I really enjoy seeing them go into stuff like this. And so, yeah, like, guys, I think that's cool. That signature was 10K. Yeah, I saw. You notice the executions and emotes are like 10K to 15K? Well, yeah, they are limited time, which is part of it, and they are seasonal exclusive, so that's another part of it. And they did say that they were going to have to up the price on some things in the game to keep it going. They said that at the beginning of the year. In the very first Warriors Den of the year, they said some prices are going to have to go up. We all remember that Ubisoft isn't doing so well economically right now. Ubisoft is in a lot of financial trouble. So it makes sense that some things in the game are going to have to become a bit more expensive. I don't like it. They don't like it, but it is what it is. But if the price tag is too high, just don't get it, you know? That's what it is. You gotta decide that for yourself. correct me if I'm wrong, we're getting the new weapons and the original ones? Yes. Alright, later, Tongla. Alright, let's see what patch notes they got. I don't expect this to be a lot. I don't expect a lot of patch notes, so I'm curious what they say.
Oh,
How
welcome
did
back
we lose
once
all their
again,
money anyways?
Warriors.
Welcome back, Warriors.
Backing the
It's
wrong
apparently I
horse,
was
pushing
in the
things
back-
that fans
back
didn't
chat.
want to see, and not listening to
That's
criticism.
People are chanting that.
It's a
now.
long
All
story.
that?
Welcome back, Warriors, all the time.
We got it. Oh, okay, good.
That's great.
Is it? It's catchphrase.
Yeah, it's your
There we
catchphrase.
go. I can try to mix it up. The French version. Bon retour, le guerre. I think le guerrier.
Le guerrier, yeah.
Le guerrier.
you
Okay,
go.
so kind of learning little French. So
That's good.
it's not good. Oh, we're live right now.
We are.
Hey, folks, welcome back to the Patch Notes segment. JC, thanks. Welcome back to.
Yeah, I'm back again. Like people were clamoring for me to come back.
I know.
I had to like teleport back here.
We got to rip you away from your desk sometime.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
no, it's
once
not
in a
working.
while.
We need more. We
Yeah,
got
yeah.
more. All right.
Yeah. So first thing first,
Yes.
right? There was a little bit of a mistake in the previous segment, just to have a bit of a correction.
Oh.
So the emote is 10k steel, not
Okay.
15, and then
Oh.
the signature is 5k steel. So there was a bit of a mix-up.
Okay, so guys, you just got the signature is 5K steel, the emote is 10K.
the max of the back, but it's,
so yeah,
whatever.
there was a
So
mistake
the other thing I
there.
need to address-
There was a
Yes, somebody's
mistake
been asking in
there.
chat about
There was a
this is how
mistake
we
there.
prove we're
So
live, right? 'Cause of-
5K steel for the signature,
And then
10K steel for the
Somebody wants
emote.
to know what's behind the
We
glasses.
can all chill out.
I've been sworn to secrecy. I
no,
can't
we
tell. So keep asking. Maybe one day we'll get to reveal. But for now, we can't say what's behind those glasses.
No.
So that's the most important thing.
It's like
So,
the most secret thing we
yeah,
have.
it's
going on.
extremely secret. So that's like the really, really okay. If I say something bad is gonna happen to
I know we don't want that.
we don't want that.
We don't want that.
So that's-
Don't say what's behind the glasses.
yeah.
But what we do want to know is about balancing.
Yeah, balancing, right? So first
alright.
things first, we're also going to do a really quick comeback on the testing grounds
Yes.
that finished not too long ago, right? We had on Berserker Feet. So again, thanks to everybody who participated. We didn't have the highest participation rate. It's okay. We got a lot of feedback. However, we know that like it was a bit strong in breach, a little bit too strong in breach. To note also that it's important to understand that like when we do a testing grounds and we have like some of the values that we have, I repeat this often, but it needs to be made super clear. Sometimes the numbers are on purpose, quote unquote, busted, right? They're too strong. The feed 4, the buff was active for too long. The cooldown was not long enough. But part of the reason why we do this is first, it helps us figure out what the right middle ground is. If it's underpowered, it's usually a bit more difficult to find the right spot going up. But when it's too strong, it's easier to find the right spot going down.
Okay.
On top of this, we want people to try it. So
Yeah.
if the cooldown is super long and you can only pop it once a game, it doesn't really help. So that's why like cooldowns sometimes are not like exactly what they should be, because we want you to be able to try it out and test it out. Yeah, it's not like the ideal exact conditions you're gonna find on Dominion or whatever when you're playing, but there's a reason why we're doing this thing.
Sure.
So that's kind of like a bit of a like, make sure people understand why sometimes it might look like we're like, what are we doing? That those numbers are completely off. It's very often on purpose so that we can actually test things out.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So the general feedback that at testing grounds was not overwhelmingly positive. There's a lot of good things. I know a lot of people seem to have appreciated that we were trying something new, something completely unique. So that was a big success.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy. But we're gonna go back to the drawing board a little bit, try to figure out numbers, try to figure out things. So it won't be coming up in the next patch because we want to take our time again to figure it out properly.
Okay.
Make sure we get the right numbers, and if we need to tweak things, change functionalities, whatever, we'll have like a bit more room, and we want to take our time. Because again, I don't want this to go live and then it just breaks the game, right?
Yeah,
Right.
for
And
sure.
especially in Breach, where we saw that it just broke Breach. You just,
Yes.
hey, if you have 2 Berserkers, then the King's dead every single time. So
Yeah.
there's some things we need to figure out, so we'll take a bit of our time and get into that.
Cool. Sounds good.
But again, thank you for everybody coming to the testing grounds. It's always appreciated any type of feedback we get is awesome.
Great.
So now let's have a look at our patch notes for this TU, right? So
All right.
first up, we have
Hatun.
some changes to Khatun. I can't pronounce it properly. So I'm just gonna say
Hatun.
Khatun there. So we're making changes to Angry Storm and Ultimate Authority. So those are the zone attacks. The first one that you do while you're running towards your opponent, and the second one is after you pin your opponent with Bloody Wrath. So for the one while you're running, we improved the weapon trajectories to better match the weapon visuals. So we extended the trajectory, like the hitbox of the weapon, so that it'll hit external opponents a little bit better.
Okay.
And we've also made the trajectory start a little bit earlier. So that's one thing that it's not always obvious for players. It's a number we can tweak to go during the strike. We can change when the trajectory becomes active. And so in this case, it became active at 466 ms. We're buffing that to start at 433. So it can hit 33 ms earlier when the attack starts. So it might not
A
seem like
slight
a big
buff to
change,
Angry
but
Storm.
it's one of those little levers that we have that we can tweak things
Yeah.
to make the attacks a little bit better. So that's a nice buff for that. And on Ultimate Authority, which is the one after Bloody Wrath, we improved the trajectory again to hit more people around you. It was a bit lackluster, so with that change, it should hit people outside externally a bit more consistent.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Next up, we have some slight buffs to Nobushi. Right?
Nobushi.
So, Side Dodge, Cobra Strike, and Sidewinder form now have increased sideways movement. So
Thank you.
when you're dodging towards the side,
Thank
whatever dots that
you.
you're performing, you're going to move a little faster. So that's a bit of a buff to a group fight. We know, right, and we're quite aware
I
that
hated
she has
that.
issues in 1v1. We're looking into it to figure out what we can do. I know people go, hey, just put the kickfire in a mess. And it's something that we've tried, but it breaks the animation too much. It doesn't look good. It doesn't fit to our standards. And I'd rather we take our time a little bit more, figure out an interesting solution. We have some cool stuff that we're testing out that's in the pipeline, but we're not 100% there yet. So in the meantime, we're doing some slight buffs to Nobushi to her group fights, again, to make her a little bit more viable. She's already really good in group fights, that works.
Yeah.
So we're buffing those things for Side Dodge, for Cobra Strike, and for Sidewinder to help her deal a little bit more with these things. We also increased the forward movement on her kick, again, to give her that a bit more range.
Yeah, one of the
a bit
problems I always
easier to
noticed with
engage people
Nobushi is
internally,
a side
that sort of
attack
stuff
will still,
It'll help
like if you do a
against
dodge
those,
attack, you
backwalking
still
and
might get
neutral.
hit even if you
So
dodge.
It's a bit of a
She
buff
needs
here,
more movement.
but again,
so yes, thank you.
increasing
Thank
the
you.
speed didn't make any sense. The animation wasn't didn't look good. Slowing it down and making it faintable has the issue here a little bit of, because she has to go into a hidden stance first, a lot of the time, not always, but most of the time, it creates problems where if it takes too long, then it's too easy to backwalk. And then when you're able to backwalk it and the kick comes out way later, then we have to give it more forward movement to catch, and then it just looks really unnatural. So there's things that we have to figure out that we get into not to get too much into the weeds, but to see how we can buff Nobushi's ones so that she has offense. Again, she's super strong in group fights, so she probably just needs a little bit of help in ones to get more viable in ones. But we're looking at what we can do to round out our kit a little bit better to have more interest.
Beautiful.
Nice. Good.
Then we have Varangian Guard. So we're one big nerf to 2 attacks.
Yes! Light openers and finishers are no longer enhanced.
I know some
Suck
people are
it!
asking, they want to have more.
Sorry.
They wanna have nerfs
Sorry,
for
I-
some things. They want to have nerfs for some
That
things.
may-
So again,
I'm
we've
sorry.
been, changing.
I'm sorry, that just made my
This is what
heart
big
jump
outliers,
into my
right? Because
mouth.
the
I had to
thing
swallow
that
it.
This hero has that is, from what we've seen in the data, from what we've been looking at, because those the problem that
Oh,
can happen is
I'm
even if
sorry.
you end up blocking one of those opener lights, she's able to go into her heavy finishers constantly. And there's very
Suck
little
it,
risk
Varangian.
against, very little risk against most of the player base to throwing enhanced lights, right? At super top level, yeah, they're able to parry them. It's not so bad, but the hero is not massively overperforming at top level. But for the rest of our player base, it's a bit more problematic. And then you have those really, really, really powerful, unblockable finishers that pin, that loop back into a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
So by removing those enhanced properties there, it makes Varangian need to actually do a front dodge bash, to do more stuff to get into the action and to initiate against other people. It's a bit riskier to use as well. So we're focusing on this for now. We're also going to keep an eye on the hero as it goes forward, how this affects the win rate, the pick rate, all that sort of stuff to see
I am
if
so
this helps address the
pleased
problem or
with
not.
this.
There's probably more changes that need to be done to the hero down the line. But we'd like I said, it's a bit of a difference that we're trying to do sometimes where we go step by step, And yeah, it might take longer for a hero to get into the perfect
So far,
position,
I'm
right?
game
Nobody's
for
ever
all
been
3 of these
perfect in
changes we've
positions,
seen.
but
I'm game
it
for all
makes them
3.
a little bit better to get there without nuking the hero from orbit, right?
Right.
And so that's something.
Yeah, I don't
we-
want you to
we-
destroy
we do that
Varangian.
sometimes in
I
the
need
past
you to
when heroes
fix
were
her.
too problematic.
And this is
But
fixing
they didn't
her.
just feeling bad. It feels bad for everybody, right? Like you're playing your hero, and then all of a sudden, it's borderline unplayable now.
Yeah.
That just feels bad. So we're trying to go like step by step. Yeah, it might still be a bit frustrating. It should be less frustrating.
Does that mean that I
play
need to
against,
make
but it helps them see
a
how that
follow-up vid from
and then last but not least, Warmonger. So
Warmonger.
Interestingly enough, has an extremely high win rate in both Dominion and in duels.
Huh.
So this is why some of those changes are specifically tied to both. We didn't want to change your feats too much right now because the problem that we see in the data, what we have is that, again, she's overperforming. She's really picked, but she's also overperforming in both duels and Dominion. So it's not the problem is not necessarily the feats, but it might be part of it. But we wanted to address this part of her kit first to see what we can do. So first up, our opener lights are no longer enhanced, right? So this means that, yeah, she still has to do front dodge bash to get into her offense. It also means that it's going to be a little bit more difficult to loop her bash into light into another follow-up.
Right.
So we're going to see how this ends up affecting the hero. I know it's a bit controversial. I know some players are going to be I'm sure chat right now is not extremely excited, but at the same time, sometimes we have to do these changes to see where it's going to affect.
Okay.
And I'd rather it go
I don't
live
hate
and then
this
we see what
change,
ends
but
up
I'm not
happening. We
as
can
excited.
change
It's kind of one of those
around,
things that I'm like, let's see
then
what they
just
do.
doing a testing grounds and
Let's see
it
what
takes
they do.
forever. It takes longer for stuff to get in.
Yeah.
So this is going to affect the win rate right now. It should affect it a little bit and get into that position where it feels better to fight against her.
Okay.
And we get into a better position here.
This
Also
change
nerfed
doesn't
Impale.
bother me.
So
It's not.
it travels
It's just.
6.5 meters
I'm
forward
curious.
instead of 8. So it's a little bit of a nerf here. It's a test that we're doing to keep it on a heavy parry. I know Lawbringer players are probably oh my god, I gotta remove a Lawbringer, right? And I get it. But on Warmonger, we wanted to try to keep it, but have less travel distance. So this should help, especially in duels where we have where we have smaller arenas. It's gonna make those wall splats happen less often. It lowers the damage you get off of a heavy parry. So it's still gonna happen, but it's gonna happen less often. And it helps guide players into the right place where, is this okay, or do we need to adjust further? Again, it's incremental changes that we keep going over and over, but we're trying to figure out how can we put Warmonger specifically in the right spot in duels, and then see how much that affects the minion.
Did y'all notice that all the characters that got fixed are female
Again, I
gender
don't wanna
locked?
nuke-
Did
I don't
y'all
wanna
just notice
nuke
that?
anybody
I just
from orbit.
noticed
I don't
that.
wanna make any hero
Warmonger,
unplayable.
Varangian,
It's
Hatun,
not
and
fun for
Nobushi.
everyone, so it's kind of what we're doing.
They're fixing the ladies.
This is it for our patch notes.
Nice.
If we go back there, yeah.
Nope.
Thank you.
There
All right,
we
okay,
go. We're
awesome.
back, yes.
So yeah, that's it for our patch notes. So really, we're pushing towards doing more incremental changes. We're gonna have I think the patch notes for the next ones are pretty nice. There's good stuff coming. There's a cool testing ground coming as well in our next season. Lots of stuff to look forward to. Again, test these out whether you like it or not. Give us feedback. It's okay. And then we'll keep it. We take everything into account.
General
I look at
women.
everything. So don't worry. Any feedback you give us is going to come to us eventually, right?
Very true.
It's good. And again, I'd rather people give feedback, even if it's negative, than giving no feedback. No feedback, I can't act on anything. We can't direct the team. We can't go anywhere if there's zero feedback. If there's feedback and it's negative, it helps us make decisions. If it's feedback and it's positive, it also helps us make decisions because we know we're on the right track. So give us feedback. Complain if you want. Totally fine. Praise us. It's totally fine. I love to get praised.
You like that too.
So that's kind of how it works. But that's the idea here. So really, any interaction that we can have with our amazing community, people love our game, people play, it's great, and all that stuff is accepted. Don't think we're going to be unhappy or whatever. I don't think anybody's worried too much about this. We're all human, right?
Yeah.
And so it's important to get into that feedback loop of understanding exactly where things are, where we want them to go, where players want to go, and how our goals align to make everything be amazing.
Perfect. Absolutely. So thank you very much, JC. Appreciate that. So folks, so you got the lowdown on the deep dive into the balance now, but stick around because coming up next we have the wrap up for the Warriors Den, where we're going to look at a lot of the content coming out, review all those things, and you get a bit of community corner too. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm all for those patch notes. I'm all for those patch notes. Giving Nobushi a much-needed buff, giving Hatun some adjustments. I still think she needs more help. I think that they should make her deflect guard. I think that her deflect should be able to break hyper armor. I think that's something they should add to her. So they need to add that for Hatun. But what they've added is a good start. Nobushi's buff was needed. Varingian's nerf was long overdue. That was long overdue. Warmonger's is, I'm just kind of iffy on. I get the distance for Impale being dropped. I understand that. I'm not sure how I feel about the lights, the opening lights losing their enhancement. That's the only part I don't quite get. I mean, I can kind of see why they want to do it. They want to make it harder for her to go into her combos. And she does have a bash. She has an opener bash, which I think gives her something, you know? So I can understand that. I'm going to have to see how it goes. I'm not an expert on these things. I'm not an expert in balance.
Welcome back, Warriors.
All right, moving on.
It's the last time I get to yell that today.
That's awesome. Like, I think like you're gonna wake up in the middle of the night and screaming it now. Like,
I probably will. Yeah.
I want to see you every day when you come into the office. I want to hear you say it like as you walk towards your desk.
I don't know if the floor would want me to keep doing that, but we'll
I think
see
you
if
should. I think you should. Like,
Max,
we'll
Max
all be
wants
happy.
that. That's fine.
That's great.
Well, boy, yes. Well, we are here, so we covered a lot of stuff today.
A lot of stuff.
So let's quickly recap all of that, folks.
Yeah.
So starting tomorrow, we are launching the title update. We have the Blades of Persia, the game mode event. The throwback is coming again. Chapter 1 starts tomorrow, April 24th, runs through May 1st. And then the Chapter 2 starts on May 1st, goes through May 15th. We have the returning free event content that we talked about. We have the Hero Fests coming up. So again, Best Girl Nusha on May 15th, Warmonger May 22nd, and Pirate on June 5th.
It is the day. It is the stream of women. All the women getting their patch notes and getting their Hero Fest. It's crazy.
It's good. So we got the throwback game mode event.
I have no problem with it. It's just
from May
surprising.
29th to June.
Look at this art, dude. Like, seriously.
That's so good.
Isn't this amazing?
I know.
Like,
I know.
Wow.
That art is so good. They're so happy.
Yeah.
I love it. Balance patch is live tomorrow too with those changes JC just covered for us all. Don't forget, signups right now are open for the Triple Threat 4v4.
I want to see more signups than last time, and we had like record turnout. So
I know, yeah.
Everybody in chat right now, I forget what the count is, but it was pretty high. Everybody should sign up and go participate. Like, it doesn't matter if you win or lose; you're gonna have tournament experience.
There you go.
And as like I'm a seasoned like fighting game veteran. I've been playing fighting games for the longest time, like since arcade times, and tournaments are the best way to get better. Like every time you get the jitters, you get the different kind of experience, but it's worth participating. Like, I've been in so many tournaments where I lost on round 1, but it doesn't matter. You get that experience, you get that vibe, you get that adrenaline. It's amazing. Go sign up, participate. It's great. It's an amazing experience.
We'll see, man. We'll see. I don't know.
Absolutely. And
you have a story to tell your kids eventually.
You do. Eventually you do.
Yeah.
So that
Grandpa used to play For Honor, and he went into the tournament, and it worked really well. So.
And he did great. And don't forget that sweet, sweet prize pool,
Yeah.
too. So there are incentives, folks. Keep an eye out for that. But again, the signups are open on the Battlefy link. Also, tomorrow, the Warrior Prince Hero skin is launching. So there's a very cool animation behind the skin, so we're excited for that. So very neat stuff. We're really excited to do these cross-brand skins and just making this awesome-looking prints in For Honor, bringing that
I
there.
mean, you see the work, like the crazy work that the animation team did for everything that kind of comes with it. The art team, like Anik was amazing to have here. Like, it was really good to have her, and it's all the work that the team puts into these things. It's amazing. I'm always amazed. Like, I always say amazing.
It's
so
impressive.
okay. But it's very impressive. You're right. Like, it's just, you see the love that they put in is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's incredible stuff. So great stuff, too. On top of that, folks, content of the week coming your way. So we're going to roll through these real quick. So we are bringing back the Mythic outfit. Oh, no, sorry. We have a new Mythic outfit, Darkness Within, available from April 24th through May 15th. So that one is going to go really sweet with all the other awesome.
That actually looks tight.
So
I like that.
Looks really good with the hero skin. Again, don't forget Time Manipulator. The new execution we talked about today, available from May 1st through May 15th, and the new signature Weightless Respite. And the rewind time. Sorry. Oh, there's so much content.
Time manipulator.
Time
yeah.
manipulator emote, rewind time execution, the waitlist respite signature. It's all there. It's great. Don't forget. Don't forget, we got a lot of content, so it's going to be awesome. We're also bringing back some of the illustrious outfits we had during the first round of the Prince of Persia event. It's been retrofitted for everybody, so the Ratash's Army illustrious outfit and Sandwraith's Servant. And don't forget, too, folks, that the original execution we had for this mode, Blade of Fate, is also coming back. So I got a little ahead of myself, and I apologize, but let's just appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, again, you see the expertise that the team has in building all of this stuff is unparalleled in this movie. Yeah, I'm always amazed, and it's again, I say amazed all the time because I can't say any other word. I'm flabbergasted.
Sandstone
That's a different word.
material.
I like it.
Yeah,
It's a good
see,
word
there
too.
you go.
Look at
But yeah,
that.
everything looks great.
Yeah, and we have new material too
Yeah.
coming out. Sandstone. This is just the sandiest season. We got all the
I
sandy
don't like
updates for
sand.
everybody there, so keep an eye out for all
Fabulous.
of that. It's fabulous. Fabulous.
Word of the day. See, I told
Word
you.
of the day is fabulous. I like it.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So on top of this, right, we have event orders for the Blades of Persia week 1 to chapter 1, and also for week 2 for chapter 2. So again, like with the requirements there, super cool. Go play. Go get it done. It's great. We also have a weekly quest in arcade with the Giants of Hrimar. I think I pronounced that right.
Close enough. Yeah.
Close enough, right? That's good. I need to brush up on that language.
All the Scandinavian stuff. Yeah. It's a hard one. It's a hard
A
one.
hard one.
And also, you may have noticed too, but we have a little plant a tree emote available for a couple more days. It's Earth Day. And we have a fun little video we want to share with you about that.
The following advertisement is intended for Harvest Omni only.
It's tree. Charity emote.
We're giving you an emote.
It's tree.
We're planting a tree.
It's a charity tree.
It's a little tree for you, dog.
Free oxygen for emoting once.
Well, you gotta pay steel, but the tree is real. I'm not carrying this around all day. It's for your tree.
It's a real tree. You just gotta emote.
There's minion mulch to use in the mid lane. Why not capitalize?
It's tree. I mean, your steel goes to a real tree planted in not Heathmore, where the grass is.
It's a real tree. It's a tree in real life that gives shade when it's hot.
A real tree!
Dub!
Dog, does it get any better than this?
Dub!
Charity tree!
Just come get your tree. It's a real tree.
It's a real tree planted.
Oh man, that was awesome.
Yeah, right. I guess there's trees.
Again,
we
I
got
could
tree.
have done
It's
it
tree.
better.
It's real
I'm
tree.
not one to brag. I could have done that
just
better.
a reminder, folks, on this. This was an awesome.
Brother, we could have got a real tree. Here, do you want a tree? We got a tree. It's a real effing tree.
Really wanted to try
You got to
to
do it like Macho Man Randy Savage. Ooh, yeah, we got your tree.
So don't forget that purchases of this.
You've been told to touch grass. It's time for you to touch a tree.
A special charity called Ecology.
You got your apple. You got your peach. You got your cedar.
So, yeah, I mean, by buying this.
This
we also
Sunday, it's
So
Cedar
that's
Tree
really cool.
Sunday.
Like,
Plant yourself a goddamn tree.
Contribute and get back to having a greener world. So that's really neat. Yeah, so don't forget, folks, if you want to participate in that, now's your chance. You got a couple more days left. You have until the 24th to purchase this emote and plant some real trees out there with that. So good stuff.
Yeah. And see, like, look at this beautiful.
Oh yeah, the tree, it's back.
It's back.
You
It's
asked,
totally back right there.
and it's tree.
It's totally tree.
Charity tree.
Yeah. So now we have a little bit of a community corner video, so we can roll that up.
All right, community corner. Let's go.
Warriors, welcome to the Community Corner. I am Josh. This is Jet. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. How are
Hi,
you?
Jet.
Doing well, doing well. Awesome show so far. We're showing off the stuff that's coming with TU2. We're showing off Blades of Persia event, that awesome Prince of Persia skin. I'm very, very excited to play the event. But we're not here to talk about events, but we kind of are. But anyway, we got some clips that we want to show you, so let's go ahead and get into the first one. This one is from Jack of Blades. I don't like being in situations like this. However, it's nice to see people that are in these situations that actually like do some real damage. Also, getting the execution off during this, like not only one, there's a second execution. This clip was a little bit longer, so I had to clip it down. But you can go to Jack of Blades. Look at that. Like,
it's kind of badass getting hit while doing your execution. It's pretty cool. Gotta love Revenge for that.
Yeah, feel free to check out the whole clip on their page. It's really, really cool.
Next
we've got a nice photo mode image from Esmeraldian. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that name. The awesome Yorn coming down with the lightning in the back.
So
It's
cool.
really good.
Nice.
This was this is like my favorite one. Anybody who knows me knows I love Ragdoll, and just seeing Shinobi just go boneless in there, it's just a compilation of just. He just goes
that's great.
down. And then another awesome, great artwork from Vidal the King. Always sends in some really cool stuff.
Absolutely.
I love the callback to the I think it's the Guardians of the Galaxy reference. But this is like the pièce de résistance. This one had like the entire For Honor team crying. Again, more Ragdoll.
Whoa!
Actions. I love the ad of the
Oh my god!
And his reaction is justified for that.
Yeah, wonderful.
Oh man, yeah. These were some awesome clips, guys. Thank you so much for continuing to just post up on the Reddit and just meme and dream and create some really cool artwork, some really cool photo mode stuff. We love watching it all. We literally watch as many as humanly possible. So.
Of course, yeah.
So yeah.
Another thing that I'd like to mention, of course, we have the Triple Threat tournament coming up, so be sure to sign up for that, starting with 4v4s. It'll go down into 2v2s and then 1v1, but circuit points will track your progress and everything like that. So it's going to be fun. It's a good time, big prize pool. It'll be awesome.
Yep. Yeah. The link to sign up is already in the chat. It's pinned. So go ahead and sign up and get your gamer on. But that's going to do it for us here. We're going to go ahead and kick it back over to the studio, and we will see you next time.
See ya.
Peace.
Oh man, that was good.
Yeah.
I didn't yell "Welcome back" that, but it's good.
Should have yelled. Yeah.
Welcome back, Warriors.
There you go. Right.
Yeah, those are great. I love
yeah.
our community corner. So thank you, Jet and Josh.
Yeah.
Again, like really great stuff, and like the Ragdoll and the Shinobi, like.
Oh yeah, the
flopping,
Shinobi
like,
flopping is the best one.
So good.
It's just that was
Just
crazy.
little things you don't hardly know about.
Yeah.
Like you're like, of course they just Ragdoll and flop.
Yeah,
so
you
it's
know,
great.
it just ticks down and oops.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. Amazing work, community.
That's it. But that's all for us, Nolan.
Yeah.
But thanks for being part of them once again. I want to thank myself for showing up as well.
Thank you.
Great, thank you.
For sure.
Thank yourself, JC. Pat
And
yourself on the
we'll
back.
see you on the battlefield.
Yes.
And also, I think we're going to raid somebody, right?
We are, yes.
We're going to raid a break and run,
Break and run.
which is
A break and run's getting a raid.
Absolutely. And when you get there, right, it's tree.
It's
okay?
tree.
And
It's tree.
spam that in the chat.
I'd also say welcome Warriors, but I don't know if you can like trademark it or something. But we can.
I think
Yeah.
I'll look into that for next.
All right,
time,
perfect.
So, all right.
All right.
Good stuff.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thanks. We'll see you next one.
All right.
All right. Okay, that was fun. Let me go ahead and switch back to this. All right. Wow. One day I'm gonna have to figure out how to stream on both YouTube and Twitch so that they can raid me sometime. I feel so overlooked. All right. Anyway, so let's wrap this up. What do I say? This was a good Warriors Den. I do think this was a good Warriors Den. It was not as big or as long as I was expecting, but I mean, it was a Title Update 2 stream, and it wasn't about a new hero or anything, so, and it's about a throwback event, so you gotta expect that. I'm excited for the throwback event. The hero skin looks good. I know that I saw some people upset in the comment section that it's just the PK treatment again. Look, I understand. I understand why you're upset. I get it, but I don't think the hero skin looks bad, and I think I think they spent a lot of time and energy on it, so I actually really do like it. So really cool, really cool. I do like the patch notes. They look great. I loved getting to sit down and see how they do some of the animation. It was really neat. I liked how they handled it. And the community corner was good. There wasn't a lot to say. I am a little disappointed. I will say this. I will not be releasing a hero skin analyzed video for the new hero skin just because there's no lore to talk about. There's nothing for me to really say about it. So I'll just leave it alone. I'll get it because I got to make content somehow. But and I will release a summary video later today. I'll release a summary video going over all the stuff that was said. It'll probably be really short because there's not a lot to talk about. But yeah, that's about it. Not a lot left to say. Thank you guys for coming and watching. I really appreciate it. You guys are the best. Like I said earlier, I feel like I'm too old for this sometimes. I feel like there are times that I just need to move on, but you guys keep me going, and I appreciate you guys, you know, always supporting me. It means a lot. So yeah. yep, I'll work on the summary video today. And there's more. You got to play the games, Raven. Well, that's my point. Go play the games. Why should I talk about it? You can go play the games and get all the lore you want. All right. Yeah, I can't think of anything else to say. This was a good Warriors Den stream. Glad y'all joined me. I know some people are disappointed. I won't judge you for it. But yeah. All right. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you guys, and I will see you next time. Take care.